Hey y'all, how are you doing? Granddaughter was in here talking her head off to me. Who do we got? Offers Kingdom, Patrick Kelly, Al Bundy, Indy, NC Deb, Echo. Did I say Offers Kingdom? It's good to see all of y'all. How's it going? I am dropping the link. I hope this is the right link. I have another link that I'm going to drop for y'all, but I think you should listen to the whole thing. I've been saying this for a few years now. Hey, Hawk, how are you? About the borders, and not just because I live in Texas, it's because of all the things that I'm seeing and um, what's actually happening at the border, what's actually coming across the border, and how it will affect the whole United States. Um, there's a channel. Let me get that for y'all real quick. I don't know why these guys don't have very many subs. They have a special guest that is, um, not sure if he was DEA something, and he's very informed about everything at the border. And he is from Texas, and he gets into really strong detail and about the whole thing, like the trafficking, the drugs, the what is actually happening in Mexico and who is running Mexico. And there have been 350,000 people killed in Mexico. So that it's spreading is a huge concern for everyone. And I didn't want to start out with a bad story. I'm sorry. I did keep a good news story. Let me find it. Because we always want good news. Here it is. Hey, Rocksteady, good to see you. Stepdad gets the official seal of approval from his stepkids after 26 years. He married this lady that had kids, and he tried to adopt them, and the biological father would not allow it. So after the kids were grown, they, on his birthday, gave him a birthday card and asked him to adopt them. And he did. Once they were grown, they could make that decision themselves. And so it was a good news story. Hi, Kay. Good to see you, Jen. It looks like a full moon to me here. Have y'all looked out? Are y'all able to see the moon? Okay, Deb's saying yes. Full moon. Is anybody gonna join me? So, have y'all noticed anything crazy? Have y'all noticed anything good? Have you seen some good humanitarian acts? I've been seeing a few of those. Like in person around me, not on YouTube. I'm seeing a lot more people helping each other, which is absolutely amazing good. Um, okay, Hawk, you're cooking Mexico? Awesome. I'm just playing with you. Crazy is what crazy does. True. I wonder why Tucker Carlson was canceled. Like he was taken off completely? You're making, not yours, nachos. Oh, you want to share your nachos? Okay. I just ate. I'm stuffed. But that sounds good. Do you put jalapenos on your nachos? We have a Dairy Queen that has always put jalapenos on the nachos, and they just suddenly stopped. And nachos are not nachos without jalapenos. Even at the convenience stores with the pumped nacho cheese, they still have jalapenos on ice. Oh, wow. Second series of vids. They absolutely don't want the truth out there, do they? Well, I've been keeping up with it and watching it, and what I'm seeing is more of what I knew all along. Sure, all of us did. Oh, I'm sorry, Hawk. I understand that one. I'm sorry, Alpha's Kingdom. We like food. It's showing, y'all, because I've gained 2 more pounds. And it's these stupid Nilla wafers. It's got to be because I'm munching on them just constantly. You wouldn't think they'd be that fattening, but I guess if you're eating half a box at a time, they're fattening. Schumer threw a fit about what? About the videos? Rocksteady, I'm not really a cheese person. I used to be. Yeah, yep. Yes, about Tucker. I'm gonna call Tucker up and tell him, okay, you need to come down here. Just stay for a week and do a story. Oh wow. Maybe some of the New York people could hook you up with that. Huh? Extra sharp. Ugh. Never could eat the sharp cheese, even when I did eat cheese. Here anymore, if we get cheese, we get, if it's bags, it's the Mexican cheese, and if it's the blocks, we get pepper jack. Excuse me. We love our jalapenos. Kobe jack, yeah. I love the cheese. We have a hot sauce. It's called Hell on the Red. I never heard of that one. My granddaughter likes, um, oh, what's it called? That fancy cheese y'all eat. I can't believe it just went. I cannot believe I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, yeah. Wisconsin's supposed to be the cheesemakers, aren't they? Okay, tell me who you are, because I've never heard the name Clockwork Rex. Please, you can put it in private, or you can show your face. Yeah, she likes brie. Okay, I know you are you, but I want to know who me is. Well, I'm glad you have a channel too. Would you just say your name, please? What's the channel name? Can you tell me that? Okay, that didn't tell me anything. Do I know you? Have I talked to you before? Do you have your clothes on? All right, y'all. I am taking a chance. Well, he's showing his face, but I do not recognize it.
God, just in time. I turned the camera. But yeah, I have a channel. I've been around, you know. I'm not any kind of weirdo porn bomber person. So yeah, no. I'm not exactly sure how I found your channel either, but I found it. So and I
Okay.
subbed to it. So
Well, thank you.
you're
So,
welcome.
are you in the United States?
Oh yeah, I live in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia.
Okay. So, what's your channel name?
Clockwork Rex. And
Oh,
this
okay.
avatar is the avatar. I think there's another channel that's Clockwork Rex, but that's not
It's not you.
me. Yeah, that one's not me. I think there's like me and one other person with this name. So
So, what do you do on your channel?
just host panels and talk and talk about pretty much anything just about.
Sounds like here.
Well, yeah, I don't have any like pre-recorded videos on my channel. So if you go to my channel, you have to click the live tab, and then you'll
Yes.
see a bunch of videos that I've done. So
Okay.
yeah, I started way back when Google Hangouts was still a thing, and then Google nuked that, so I had to find StreamYards, and yeah, figure out how to work StreamYards. So
Yeah, it took me a minute.
yeah,
I
it
had
took
to
me a
have,
minute. I was like, wait a minute, okay, well,
thank you, Deb. Deb gets around. She probably may have known you. May know you. Not may have. You're still around.
yeah, I get around. I get around. I hang out here and there. I'm kind of like, well, you saw my beard. I'm trying to grow my Gandalf out, and Gandalf was the wandering wizard, and so yeah, I just kind of wander around and see what's going on, and yeah. You were talking
Oh,
about food, and I love to cook, so yeah.
yeah, somehow we always get into food.
Oh, me too, me too.
Well, and that's what draws people together: food, music, and fellowship.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, when I make my homemade chili, I put jalapenos in that. Ah,
Do you put
delicious.
beans?
Yeah.
Do you put beans?
Oh yeah, chili beans and ham. I fry up some hamburger, put that in there, and then
Okay.
I'll use a can of tomato soup and maybe a little beef broth in there, and then I'll put jalapenos in there and a little bit of onion, and I let it stew for about a day in the crock pot. And man, oh man, oh man,
Yes. That's been a
good
big
stuff. Hmm?
debate. That's been a
Oh,
big
is it?
debate because I have always made chili with beans. And a lot of people are like, yeah, you don't put beans in chili. Some of them
Oh
put
shit. Oh, sorry, I
noodles.
don't need to. You always put chili beans in chili. I mean, it's not chili if you don't have chili beans in it. I mean, come on now. But yeah, I put a little bit of chili powder in there and a little bit of garlic salt too. And yeah, just let it stew for a day. And then that next day, man, get you some crackers. Yeah.
I don't know if Val's asking for your link or
I've got like 286 subs on my channel. So that's my channel.
okay.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's
y'all
got this
both said,
avatar. Yeah, it's got this avatar on it. So I don't know about the other one. I haven't even checked that one out. So You copying me, man? What's up with that? But
Okay, Al. Good
but
deal.
Rex is my actual nickname, like in real life.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Rex. I'm Bonnie.
Meet you too. Nice. Thank you for having me up and giving me a chance. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. But it's just, I've seen some crazy things happen whenever people let somebody up that they don't know. We've
Oh
seen things
yeah,
we didn't want to see.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I've had that happen to me on my channel. I've had people in the backstage like that were showing some stuff that no, and then I
Yep.
just booted out. Yeah, I was like, no.
I try to keep it clean here. Sometimes,
Well, I mean, I was in the army, so every once in a while a cuss word might slip out of my mouth. So you know
and
it.
I understand, that's no problem. We just ask that you don't say the GD word. That's
Oh, okay.
one
I
that
won't.
we all agree on.
Okay, I won't. I'll
It's
try not to
God,
drop the F
family, and
bomb.
country.
I'll try not to drop the F bomb unless it's absolutely necessary. But
I understand. So, did you hear me talking about the borders? I didn't see you in chat. And usually I make people communicate in chat so I can get to know them a little better before I let them on panel. But
oh yeah, I heard you talking. I was what was I doing? Oh, I was fixing me some chicken to eat.
oh,
Yeah, and I was listening, but I mean, I had greasy fingers and had to wash my hands. So,
I understand.
but yeah, I heard about that border crap that went on. Those four people got kidnapped, and two of them got killed, and one of them got shot. The other one was apparently okay. They didn't do anything to her.
Which surprises me. I'm sure
Yeah,
they did
that is
something to her.
surprising.
Yep, because they usually don't let anyone go.
No, they don't. You disappear in the Mexican desert somewhere. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
and that,
I'm just being honest. You know.
it's true. Um, it wasn't very long ago they found that. Well, I guess it's been a few years, but they found that mass grave,
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah. Yep.
and that's common too.
Hmm.
More common than it should be. I believe y'all are liking PB and J. The heck,
Wait, PB and J.
peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I usually eat that on crackers. I've got homemade preserves. We call them preserves up here in the mountains, but it's
Yes.
jelly. It's basically just jelly and peanut butter and peach preserves is what I've got. There, that's homemade.
Okay.
That's delicious.
Well, here it's different. If it's preserves, it's got chunks of the fruit, where if it's jelly, it's like jelly.
Yeah, it's
It's
been mashed and
yes,
pureed or whatever. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But yeah, the peach preserves have got like chunks of peaches in it. So yeah.
yep. Save those. Those are good for cobblers or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
Al prefers blackberry. I just wish I knew what the dewberry is like. If it's actually a something else, but we have always called them dewberries.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. We've got blackberries up here and huckleberries, which is kind of the same thing as a blackberry. It just tastes a little bit different.
Okay.
You got to go out in the woods and hunt them down though, if you want
Yeah,
them.
that's the dewberries grow wild here.
Yeah.
Mustang grapes, dewberries.
Oh, I have a grapevine, but it's gotten sick. There's some kind of blight that's got on it, so the grapes aren't any good anymore, and I'm gonna have to
Oh no.
chop it down and start over. So,
So what's it like up in the mountains? Do you leave often, or do you pretty much stay secluded?
oh yeah, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so it takes me like 45 minutes to get to a McDonald's if I want McDonald's, which
Mm,
isn't very often. Every now and then I'll get a hankering for a Big Mac and go out there and get one. But yeah, it takes like an hour and a half to get there and back. So, I don't do that too often.
I don't blame you. That's a Now we don't have
It's a
a McDonald's anywhere around us. About 25 miles.
yeah, yeah. Well, it takes me an hour to get to the nearest Walmart. So there you go.
Yeah,
So I don't go there very often either.
sounds like here. And I'm not even in the middle of nowhere that much. But the closest one was like 25, 30 miles.
hmm Well, the weather up here we haven't had snow that much this year. We've had a lot of ice, sleet and freezing rain,
Oh,
but
really?
not a lot of snow. It's all been to the north. All the snow went to the north, but we've had
Yes.
ice and rain. And rain. And rain and rain. Last week it rained and rained and rained and rained. And we've had wind like 35, 40 miles an hour constant, and then it'll gust up to like 55, 60.
Yeah, that's what Deb was saying in North Carolina. Just keeps
Yep.
raining.
Yep.
We haven't had any of it. Our temperatures have been in the 80s and sunny and clear. And I think Friday we're supposed to get some rain, maybe. We did have thunderstorms the other night. I think that was
Oh,
Saturday.
we had thunder ice up here. It was ice and sleet and it thundered, and I was like, wait a minute, that that's weird, but that's what happened. So,
Tom, you need to come up. This is one of your fellow. Did you say West Virginia?
no,
No. Oh,
Virginia, Virginia.
okay. Is that like a?
I could say something very mean about West Virginia, but I will not.
I was gonna say, is that like a rival thing then? What?
Well, I mean, they split off during the Civil War. They decided they wanted to split off and be their own state. So, those
Oh,
guys.
I didn't know this.
Well, and plus, when they mine for coal in West Virginia, they will blow the top off a mountain and strip mine the mountain to get coal, and that's just heinous, in my opinion. You don't destroy a whole mountain just because you want a little bit of coal.
Yeah.
Oh, and I had a babysitter when I was a kid. Her husband used to be a coal miner in West Virginia, and he died of black lung.
Yeah,
That was horrific. That was horrific.
I know.
He was laying in the bed dying, and when he breathed, it sounded like he was drowning
Yeah.
in his own whatever. Yeah. Every time he took a breath, it sounded like. I mean, you think Darth Vader sounds bad? No, man, that ain't nothing compared to what that guy sounded like.
Yep.
Not a
That's.
pleasant way. Yeah, not a pleasant way.
I
Oh,
had
I'm
a
sorry.
doctor tell me like 15 years ago that that's what I had, and I was like, whatever. No.
Well, there's this thing called cotton lung too. That if you worked in a factory that like made jeans or cotton shirts or whatever, and you had it floating around in the air and you breathed it in, somebody told me that that's kind of the same effect. It's not the same thing, but it has the same effect on somebody as having black lung. So
Yep. I didn't work in any of those.
I didn't either.
And
Well, that's why I joined. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Tom said nobody there agrees with mountaintop removal.
Oh, I'm sure they don't agree, but the companies do it anyway.
Oh, so it's big corp.
Yeah,
Big
they buy the mountain. They buy the mountain and do what they want to with it. Yeah.
corp. That's happening all over.
Yep.
Hello.
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 This is Echo,
Hi.
and this is Mr. Tom.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello.
Tom.
Good to meet everybody.
Yeah, nice to meet y'all.
You too, Rex.
So, have y'all checked him out? Have y'all heard of
No.
Clockwork Rex? I hadn't either. Did y'all see that link I dropped for, what are they called? Patriots with grit. Like true grit. I don't know why they have hardly any subs because they do it so professionally. They have a guest on there that he's either with the DEA or was, or but he's got all the contacts. He's very knowledgeable about everything that's going on and the amounts of everything that's going on.
I'm sorry. That was all my fault.
What was?
The echo. I was sitting here criticizing the echo and realized it was my fault.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Sorry about that. I'm still going
Wait,
to have
what?
to look up where the Ozarks are.
Tom, you
Oh,
wouldn't be the first person to criticize me.
Bad choice of words there.
I think the Ozarks are in either Pennsylvania or New York. I'm not exactly sure.
I thought the Ozarks were down south somewhere.
No, you're thinking about the Smoky Mountains. Those are down here. Yeah, the Great Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
See, and I was thinking the Ozarks were towards California. Okay, we did real good in history, didn't we? Geography.
Yeah.
Can I ask what general area of Virginia you're in, Rex?
The Appalachian Mountains.
So am I. I'm in
Oh, that's right.
I'm in
South.
eastern West Virginia in Pendleton County, if you know that area.
I've heard of it. Yep. Y'all have a lot of power outages up there for some reason.
Well, trees over power lines falling down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Hi,
Fair enough.
Tigger. I knew that. The Ozarks are south of Missouri. They're south in Missouri, are in Arkansas, like between Arkansas and Missouri, somewhere right in there.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
Yeah,
I was
that's what I
totally wrong
thought.
too.
That's where Jed Clampett lived, right? In the Ozarks?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I said. Thank you, Annalise. Because I know my friend in Missouri, she lives outside of Branson, and she kept talking about the Ozarks, that I needed to come up there and see the Ozarks. I'm not really a mountain girl. we have hills, and they're pretty big to me. So,
Oh, I was raised in the mountains, and when I joined the army, I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for basic training, and there
hmm
was one mountain there, and they were trying to flatten it with howitzers and crap like that. Otherwise, it was
oh my
flat. It
goodness.
was flatter than the ocean flat. I had never seen a place that flat.
I didn't think there was any mountains in Oklahoma.
There was one on this base, and they keep shelling it with howitzers. It might be flat by now. I mean, we're talking 20, 25 years ago.
Half a mountain, huh?
So.
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
to
one.
Fort Sill for a graduation from basic. One of my friends graduated.
Oh, okay.
And from the Red River to Lawton seems like the longest drive I ever took because it is so flat and you can see the lights because it was night by the time we got there. And I'm like, are, is this a Twilight Zone? Are we ever going to get to that town or city or whatever it is?
Yeah, there's nothing to look at. Nothing changes until you
Mm-mm.
actually like get somewhere, and you're just like, what is going on? Yeah.
So, how long were you in the Army?
6 years active and 2 years reserve.
Oh, okay.
I ended my reserve right in February of 2001. So I was done right before 9/11 happened. But they still sent me a letter saying you might be recalled to active service. But
Yes.
after 9/11, so many people were joining up that I never got a recall, an actual recall letter. Said you need to report here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There were a lot of people that were so ticked off. They were like, yep, we'll go take care of this.
Yep.
I think that J6 was the next time that I actually saw nationwide come togetherness for a cause.
Yeah, that's stirring up a little bit of controversy again.
Yes, a little bit. Driving in Nowheresville. Yep. So, anything new going on with you, Tom?
Oh no, we had nice weather for a few days, and now winter's back until I guess the middle of April. They're saying so.
Oh my goodness.
I scrambled around and got a bunch of stuff done, and now I'm gonna be like a groundhog and go back in the hole for a while, I guess.
I'm afraid that's what they're going to do to us. That we're going to have all this nice weather and everything's all bloomed, and then because we've had snow in April before, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Hi to anyone I missed in chat.
Oh yeah. Hey, chat. Yeah, we get like that up here. If you wait 5 minutes, the weather will change where I live.
Yep.
And the flowers have started blooming and the trees have started budding, and then we're going to get us a cold snap, and it's going to kill all that, and it'll have to start over.
That's what
So,
worries me is the production of fruits and vegetables that we
oh
kind of
yeah,
need.
well, I'll go ahead.
Just that with all the shortages and everything that's happening, kind of need those.
Oh yeah, well, I work on a cattle farm, and I work on a goat farm, and I help plant vegetables in the spring. But we don't know when we're going to be able to plant this year because the weather has been so weird up here.
Yeah.
Because we'll plant pumpkins and corn and green beans and peas and I mean, you name it, we've probably planted because we'll rotate the crops through the field to keep the soil good. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we don't know when we're going to be able to plant this year.
And did y'all have those really hot temperatures last summer?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's what I thought. And that was the problem here. I've been doing 5-gallon buckets, and I grew tomatoes and peppers, and the
Mhm.
sun was just baking them. And so I hung up a white sheet to block that west sun, and that helped. They were still putting tomatoes off in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't get frost down there.
Not often. We did have a freeze. Hey, David, it was about a month ago that we had a freeze, and so I think Chuck had some vegetables still out there, and he said that took his, and except for I think he's got one beet that is still good. I
Well, I
guess,
heard him say he was getting tomatoes crazily.
yeah, he was. David,
We
you
had
take
bugs on our trees in February in Wisconsin.
Oh my.
That's not normal.
No, it's not. And now you've got all that snow.
Yeah. Been shoveling for 3 days. It's not a lot of snow, but it was heavy and wet.
Oh, that's the worst time. The worst kind. You'll get a heart attack trying to shovel that. Yeah.
Yep.
If it's
Getting
light
too
and
old
fluffy, it's
for it.
not that bad. Yeah, but if it's heavy and wet, no. You just yeah. Well, that's why I like working with the people I work with because they've got the great big tractors with the front end loader on it, and they can
There you
come and
Mhm.
go.
shovel out my driveway if I need them to.
That's good. That's what I asked today, Deanna, because California is getting tons of snow. And
Oh yeah,
Feet
it,
of it. Yeah.
she
yeah. I
said
don't even remember. I don't even remember when California had that much snow.
she
But
doesn't either. And she's been there since, I think, 95 or something like that.
Oh, I've heard it called a generational storm. They said there's very few people alive that have seen weather like this out there.
Mm,
oh yeah, I believe.
Yeah. Excuse me a minute. I'll be right back.
okay. Yeah, and she's worried about her deck because of the weight of it, I guess. And I said, "Do you
Oh sure.
shovel it?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Okay. Get a torch flamethrower or something."
Yeah. Well, I've got this thing that you can hook to a propane tank, and it's called the name of it is actually Dragon's Breath, and it's like a flamethrower. It really
Dragon,
is, and you can use that to melt the snow. So
dragon sprayer,
it's called Dragon's Breath.
dragon's breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my
Yeah, I
dad
have
had
a
it for
friend that
years.
has one of those. They use it in the fall to burn down overgrown dry grass.
Hmm. Hmm.
See, I wanted to do that because it comes back greener, but I don't have a water source back there where it needs to be done.
Oh, yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah.
Yes, as
It's
dry
out of
as we
control.
are.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a field back behind me with a dry creek. It could take off and get pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I have a road in front of the house, and then I've got cow pastures behind my house and beside my house, and the cows keep it deep down pretty good.
Yeah.
It doesn't get really out of control because they'll eat it.
Yeah,
And
I
which
don't
is
know.
why I like working. Well, that's why I like working for the guy I work for because I can just go out the door and walk across the fence, and there I am. I'm at work.
There you go. I don't know what they would do if I got a cow.
Good. Hey man, cow is delicious. I don't
Oh,
care
I
what
know.
anybody. Yeah.
That's all I eat. Beef, T-bones,
hmm
my favorite.
Chuck roast. What's
Yes.
the other? Cube steak. Yeah,
Yep.
all of it.
Yeah, we use the cube steaks to make chicken fried steak.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But they
And like I
annex.
said, hamburger. Hamburger to go with my chili, or hamburger just to make a hamburger. You said you don't eat cheese, and okay, that I'll let that one slide. So.
Bonnie, I need you to do me a video and send it to me so I can try to make that chicken fried steak.
Oh, okay.
Well, what do you bread it with? Flour or cornmeal?
Flour.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's real easy. Just little milk and egg in one bowl and flour in the next bowl. I season my flour and I season the steaks so that it's all seasoned, and I double dip them so that they make a lot of crunchies for the gravy because the gravy has to have the crunchies.
Oh
It's
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
You can cut that with a fork. I love that steak.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No knife needed. Yeah. No knife needed.
We're down to one grocery store in the town where I'm from, or that I'm close to, and they have new owners, and they have changed everything in the store, even the cuts of meat, the types of meat. Everything is different, different brands. Can't hardly find anything I used to buy.
Oh no.
Really weird to go in there.
Hmm.
How come they're down to one store?
They took out the Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they did that a long time ago here.
Oh,
HEB is our main grocery.
other than that, we have to go quite a few miles to any other grocery store.
So are the new owners locals?
No, they're from Green Bay area.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of local to me. It would be, I don't know.
Oh, I was looking all over for corned beef, and they're like, well, that's not going on the shelf till tomorrow, and then we'll have our big sale for St. Patty's, you know.
Right.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
No, it's the 17th.
Oh, the 17th. Okay. So we got a
Yeah.
couple of days. Okay.
Hey, meat puppets. I'm
Well,
gonna.
yeah. I mean, if you go to town, there's like Hardee's and a Burger King and a Taco Bell and a Pizza Hut, uh, but only one Food Line. That's the only grocery store that we've got in town, and that like takes a half hour to get to from my place.
We have two Quick Trips and a Walmart,
Yeah, the
but our
Walmart's like an
Walmart is
hour.
one of those little ones that doesn't have a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, Walmart's like an hour from my place.
Hey, Chuck. I
And that's
just
just
got
to
the
get
link.
there.
Hi, Chuck.
Sounds like we live in similar situations there, Rex.
Yeah, probably. Probably pretty close, yeah.
You- it-
So I
you-
usually just go to we've got a Dollar General out here that sells a lot of groceries too.
oh, really?
And yeah, they'll sell they sell milk and chicken and fish and pizzas and ice cream and stuff like that in their cooler aisle. And then they've got a soup aisle. And then they've got the junk food aisle, which I'll pick up a bag of beef jerky every now and then. That's not the best thing for you, but I like it.
Oh, yeah.
We
Hey,
all have
Chuck,
our
good to
junk.
see you, man.
Yeah.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
this
Mom.
is Rex.
Hey.
Upperbeck.
Hey. I don't know if I know him or not.
Well,
Wyatt
he's.
said,
I'm sorry. What, Chuck?
Wyatt said, hello.
Hi, Wyatt. Rex said he didn't know how he found me.
Yeah, I don't know, but I did. So here I am.
And he has a channel.
It's all
Um,
live streams. Yeah, it's all live streams.
Yeah, I put up random junk, but I'm mostly do lives, which I don't do many of anymore.
What time
I
do you
did
use to stream, Rex?
I just whenever I feel like it. I've done a couple in yesterday, but before that I hadn't done one since the beginning of February. I don't think. Yeah,
Oh,
just
good.
whenever I've got the time and can get on.
Yep. Skip board looking for someone to talk to. We all meet up pretty regular.
Okay. Well, that's
Chuck's
cool.
in Texas also, and so we usually swap out.
Yeah,
Oh,
either
like
one
you'll go
do it
live and then
lately,
Chuck will go live, or Chuck will go live and then you'll go live. Okay.
or
I think
before and after, or together, or
Did you start going live tonight?
me.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. The way you said that.
Yeah, I didn't know you were on. I was over at 101. I ended up getting up on there with them. They went back room.
Yeah. Prepping 101. Do you watch him, Rex?
No, I have not heard of his channel.
A lot of us met up there, and there used to be another one, Dangerous Freedom, Liberty Warrior Nation. Oh, well,
Hey,
I
y'all
just,
talking about businesses closing down, Bonnie? That I miss my IGA that we had here. Tom probably, you guys, all y'all probably remember IGA stores, huh?
Yeah, but we don't have
Yeah.
ours anymore either. They changed.
Walmart
Yeah.
killed that, and then COVID come through.
yep.
They put one of them little satellite Walmart stores in them little bitty, about the size of a dollar store out here. It closed up our IGA in 6 months.
Wow.
And then as soon as it closed, a couple other things around here close by, gas stations and stuff, they closed it down.
It's funny that IGA store has been owned by two other companies since IGA quit. But still, when you're going to the grocery store, you're going to IGA. It don't matter what the name. I think it's T&K now.
That's the way it was here. I liked it because they had their own butcher in there. And
Hi to Kat and Nora. Good to see y'all.
the good thing about them, too, they cut meat after 2 or 3 days after they put it out. Even ain't nothing wrong with it, they'll put it off and mark it down half price or whatever. They used to go so low over here. everything was $1 a pound. They either grind it up or you come get it. And I'd buy everything they had when they did it. I'd just freeze it.
Wow.
$1 a pound?
Yep, I'd get ribeyes, T-bones, porterhouse.
Man.
She goes, you want it ground or want it whole? I tell them certain things like the roast. And so unless they had some pretty nice ones, I'd say grind all that up. But all the ribeyes and porterhouse, I'd say leave them be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
before the store changed over here to a new owner, from the new owners, they had like you know how you have your day old bread or whatever, they had a whole meat counter just for all the pre-cut meats from the last couple days, and then the fresh stuff was set separate, and they'd mark down the other stuff, and they'd have like multi-packs where you might have a roast and a couple steaks in there or whatever, you know, they kind of mix them up with family packs and things like that. You could get really good deals, and they don't even do that anymore.
No.
But they're
I
going
love
by the same name.
hmm.
The most I ever bought up here at this one is all together was like 148 pounds, I think it was, and half of it was hamburger meat. We ended up buying I loaded the fridge with it. We went and bought a freezer just because it didn't have room in the small one we had.
All right.
Well, you got to have another freezer anyway.
Yeah, because the other one's a small one. You know, the little bitty small ones, it looks like a big ice chest. That's about what it is.
Yep. It's about the size I have. Hey, Frog. Well, that's what I've kept saying all this time, that I haven't noticed any shortages. And, well, it happened. And so I got online and trying to get my vitamins stocked up and stuff like that. And nope, out of stock. Everything out of stock. The Mr. Buddy heater, I'm still having trouble finding one of those, but I did see where, I think it was Costco, was running a sale on them, so maybe they might have one left. I don't know.
Check Amazon.
I already did.
They're out.
They don't say it until you put them in your cart and then go to check out, and then it'll say, these items are out of stock.
And what is it you're trying to find?
The Mr. Buddy heater, the little
Oh, the little heaters. Okay.
propane heaters,
Yeah.
just for a little heat if needed.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of coming up on the wrong time of the year to have those in stock now.
So, with all the snow that's going across,
Well, yeah. What they had sold out already.
yep.
They
Check
moved them off the shelves here the other day. Season changed. Now they're putting the gardening stuff out.
Yep.
Mhm.
Bonnie, just wait for 100-degree day and then start your search again. You'll find one.
Yeah, see if Walmart carries them and wait till they season change, and you'll find at Walmart half price or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll wait a little while. Because I'm still thinking April.
I'll ask Vicky when stuff like that, when it gets pulled out, and let you know.
Yeah. I've been talking to her. Willie Nelson and ZZ Top
Yeah,
are going to be playing at an amphitheater about an hour and 15 minutes away from me, and I'm going.
yeah, she wants to go and asked me if I wanted to. And I said, you think I'm a redneck or something?
ZZ Top's not redneck.
Oh, I've been called a redneck too. And I'm like, no, I'm not a redneck. I'm a mountain man. There's a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can have rednecks in the lowland. You come up
I was
here.
going to say, Yep. The
Yeah.
rednecks are all around me. If that's what it means, whenever they're out, building
So for
fences.
all you guys, I'm the only one with an accent up here, huh?
That's true.
Now, you sound a lot about like my mom. She's from Pennsylvania.
Are you trying to say I don't have an accent? Wait a minute.
She's saying we pour it on thick, and she's the one that emphasizes her words. I guess best way to put it. We're all about Yontu and Mom and them, and she's about over there.
Quota. Let's go
Just
wash the clothes.
Use guys.
That's what Mom said a lot. Or that, or
Don't
yuns.
you know?
Don't you know? Mom is always yuns and use guys.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard that was in Kentucky. Ewans.
Ewans? Ewans is? Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm all about y'all. I put a LL, but it's really YAWL.
There you go.
Y'all.
But really, the term redneck, Bonnie, where that comes from, the old farmer guys that get out there in overalls and a T-shirt and the back of their necks ripped and then bending over working all day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's
Got a
why
farmer
I said,
tan. Yeah.
that's why I said I think that it's here because they they're ranchers and they're
Yep. Truck driver tans. That's one. That's a left arm suntan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
The cowboy hats do help some, but not on the back of the neck.
No. Hell, even when I broke horses and all that, I had a big old straw hat I wore to break horses and all that. And my neck, even with my hair long, would still have a V in it in the center running down my back. It didn't go right through one of them white beaters. Well, it wasn't white too long. But
Well, folks, I got a couple little things I got to take care of here before it gets too awful late. Bonnie, thank you so much for inviting me up.
good seeing you,
Thank you so
Tom.
much for coming up,
Good to
Tom.
see you, Chuck Rex. It was good to meet you. Maybe we'll cross paths again. And
Yeah, it's good to meet you too, Tom.
Echo, always good
yeah.
to see you.
You too, Tom.
You all have a great night.
Later,
Resist.
bud.
We'll see you.
Absolutely. Take care, Tom. That is Truth with Tom. He has a channel also.
Might have been meat puppet, but I always heard my dad said rednecks was the working man.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You don't sit in an office all day if you've got a redneck. No.
Then he called them the shirts or the white collars. And then the ones above white collars, the tender hands, and then all they do is rough thing is handle money.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah. You actually go outside and work with your hands. Your hands are going to be pretty rough. They're going to be pretty rough. I don't care if you wear gloves or not. They're still going to be pretty rough.
Well, a lot of us ladies like to shake hands with a man with rough hands.
Oh, sure. I get that. I know what you're implying there.
Thank you, Indy. Yeah. Let me see. I'll drop it in chat again. I
I've
have
been,
sorry,
I've
Chet.
been, no, just talking out loud or thinking out loud. I've been wanting damn combination fried rice. That's where it's got shrimp and chicken and pork and beef and all in it. I've been wanting that half the damn day. I just looked up. Yeah, you screwed around and waited long enough. You ain't gonna get none of that nowhere now. You do fried rice, Bonnie?
Yes.
Except the shrimp part, I know that.
Yep. No shrimp.
I'm glad
No
I'm not
shrimp.
allergic to it. She's allergic to seafood.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It's that.
I'm glad I'm not allergic to it because I'd be swole up all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's why I ate so much shrimp when I could, because I started eating it when I was a kid, and then like in my 20s, I started breaking out with a rash when I'd eat it, but I didn't feel bad, so I just kept eating it. And then, like in 95, full blown, oh my goodness, never touch that again.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember that all.
my dad's brother used to do that too. He would eat seafood all the time, and now he cannot eat it. His throat will swell shut. He like goes into anaphylactic shock if he
Yes,
eats. Yeah.
yeah, there's a few things that do me that way. And
I told Bonnie what bananas do to my tongue. She told me I'm allergic to them, but I eat them. But they make my tongue feel raw and like it puffs up a little bit, and then down my throat it like itches and burns.
Mm. Yeah, you're having some kind of reaction. Yeah.
But I love banana pudding, and I deal with it.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. If you can deal with it, then hey.
yeah, and sometimes it won't get any worse. My friend, she's allergic to cornmeal, and every time she eats hush puppies, because Friday night's fish night at any of the restaurants, and she just keeps on. She keeps saying, as long as I drink a lot of iced tea, it washes it down. Okay.
Iced tea is medicine.
Actually, I heard that today. Well, it was coffee, but if you have any colored circles under your eyes, dark circles or anything,
Yeah.
if you put coffee on it, it helps it.
Huh.
I think it would dye it darker.
Yeah, I remember in the '90s, all the girls were talking about their eyes get baggy or whatever from when they go out. Put preparation H on them. I'm like, yeah, makes your eyes pucker.
Yeah, I'm not putting preparation agent.
They're like, it gets rid of the wrinkles. I'm like,
Well, maybe.
when you fart, do your eyes twitch?
Mm,
Put up with all Ricky's friends when they get ready to go out and stuff.
yeah, I've seen them do some crazy stuff, taping their face back with their ears, taping under the dress. Crazy.
Oh, that boob job they use.
He's in there laying down.
Check that link I put in chat. Is well, I'll put it in private again, so you can grab it if you want to. It's about the border.
It's a what?
It's
Oh,
about, well, It's not just the border. It's going to affect the whole United States.
Is
And
that the Patriots with grit?
uh-huh.
All right, I see it.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a Chinese restaurant around here, Kingdom, but it is expensive as hell.
Yeah, they all went up some. This one they put right here in this little town I'm in. I guess they figure this little bitty stick town I'm in has got money or something. You go up and order fried rice and it's like $14, and I'm like,
Yep.
hell, I'll drive to a place that's better and get it for half that.
Yeah, it's like $20 a plate at the Chinese place around here. And I'm like, we went there once. I took a chick there once and we had dinner. And then I was like, no, we're not coming back here.
Yeah.
We'll go to Subway or we'll go to McDonald's or something like that. Yeah, we're not coming back here.
Was it you get what you order, or was it a buffet?
You get what you order. Yeah. I mean, they had a buffet, but it didn't look very good. So.
But I'll walk into them. I walk around and look at their buffets because I ain't never been in there before. The Chinese buffets, anyway. You can't go back there till you pay. I said, I'm going to look at what I'm going to pay for first.
Yeah, I used to love Golden Corral, but everybody talks like they've gotten really bad.
They were bad at the start of COVID, but now that now they've gone back to the way they used to be.
Except their steaks, I think there's something with their steaks. Wyatt said it was fine, but
You got no teeth.
yeah, but it used to be the sirloins weren't that bad that they keep grilled out there. Now they got all that white looking talon looking stuff all in them, that tallow or whatever it's called. It's like stringy all through it.
It's called soy.
Yeah.
Oh, funny story. I was in France in the army, and I went into this steakhouse, and I ordered a steak. I didn't specifically say beef steak, so I'm pretty sure I ate horse.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure it was a horse steak. So.
Some of them places do serve
Was it
that.
nasty?
No, it tasted all right. It tasted all right. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it was horse because I didn't specifically say beef steak. And then I heard when I got back on base that if you don't say beef steak, they will serve you horse. So.
Wow.
I hear that horse is a little bit sweeter.
Well, I'm not saying it was bad, but you know, I ate a horse. I mean, what do you want me to do about it now?
It's
You're supposed to eat bird and beast, so we're not supposed to eat nothing split hoof. So horses and mules.
Not all horses are split hoof now. Not all of them. But like I said, I don't know. It was probably horse because I did not specify beef.
A lot of people don't like goat. I've eaten it. To me, it tastes like deer meat.
Yeah, I like it.
I would try it, but ain't no telling all the damn Chinese food I've eaten through my life. I probably had it.
You've ate cat, man. Just say it. You've ate cat.
Cat, dog, rat on a stick.
Well, now I've ate lamb, and it was pretty good until I tried to make a lamb stew, and apparently I forgot a couple of bones to get out of it, and it tasted like chalk after it got done. The bones melted into the stew, and it just tasted like chalk. Yeah, it was nasty. Yeah, I threw the whole thing out. I was like, no.
Yeah, lamb chops are awesome on the grill. I don't know if you ever tried that.
No, I haven't cooked them on the grill. I haven't cooked lamb chops on the grill.
You rub them down with butter and then put a little raw garlic on both sides and cook them really hot. You want them kind of medium rare in the middle, but
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Echo.
Yep.
how'd you lose it, Lisa?
Hit.
Lisa, have you been sick? Eat mellow wafers.
You want to keep weight on you, eat a tater a day. Make the tater loaded.
Oh.
A buddy of mine used to call, he drank a beer a day. He said it's like a pork chop in every can. And I'm like, yeah, you must eat a whole pig about a week then.
Yeah, I don't want to get that lower weight again.
Okay, here's something that'll probably gross both of y'all out and everybody in the chat too. My great grandmother used to make possum stew with squirrel gravy.
I may have had, I know I've eaten groundhog and stuff growing up. My daddy was from Tennessee.
Possum stew
It was
with
delicious, man.
squirrel
I don't know
gravy.
what she put in the possum stew or the squirrel gravy, but that was delicious.
I've eaten raccoon.
Oh, I've had to put bricks on my trash can to keep the raccoons out of it.
Mhm. I haven't eaten any of the critters running around yet.
You got raccoons coming up. Hell, that's like groceries being delivered.
Oh yeah, rabbits and raccoons and squirrels and yeah. I haven't ever ate bear.
It's like, you don't want to get none of that fat in your mouth, but the rest of the meat, any of it I've ever had, a bear meat, my uncle used to go up to Alaska and Canada and hunt them. It tastes like a really strong chuck roast.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've got black bears around here. And yeah, if I go out the door and like getting ready to get in the truck and go to the store and I see one walking around, I turn around and go back in the house and I said, I'll wait about an hour or so.
Yeah. Not saying you can get in the truck, but you ain't willing to chance that, huh?
No. I ain't gonna have it like sniff the air and say, hey, that smells tasty. I'm just going back in
Fresh
the house.
groceries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was watching, somebody had a video up the other day and these bears would come in and they knew how to grab the door latches on the damn truck and car in the driveway. And they go around popping doors until they find one that would open.
Yes,
Yep.
I've seen families run in videos.
Oh, I was coming back from the beer and smoke store one day and going down the road that leads to my house. A mama bear and 3 cubs walked across the road. I stopped. I was like, y'all go right ahead. You go right ahead. Rolled up the windows and locked the doors. And I was like, y'all go right ahead.
Yes, give them free reign. Hello, Miss D.
Yeah. Well, a mama bear will screw you up bad. Yeah.
Especially if she feels like any of them babies are threatened.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. What was you going to say?
Oh, I was just saying hello to D, but I think she's busy with something.
Lisa, if your stomach's bothering you, try going on a water fast for a day. Just water, it'll flush you out.
Oh,
Hey, everybody. I was just loading my wood stove there for a second, but I was listening. I saw your live and then it disappeared. And then I was like, oh, maybe she changed her mind. And then I saw your live again. I love when YouTube messes with me. It's my favorite.
Yes.
well, YouTube has been weird about notifications lately. I've noticed that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of been weird for the past week.
Nice to meet you, Clockwork Rex. I'm Dee.
Oh, nice to meet you, D.
Well, that's still to be determined. You don't know me yet.
Well,
Sorry,
you didn't come in here like guns blazing, so yeah.
Not today, but sometimes I do.
Yes.
I usually does. That's true. I already got to vent with Bonnie for a while today. We had a good catch-up session of just checking in with each other, but I wasn't all wound up today, was I, Bonnie?
No, you were showing me your snowflakes falling.
Can't do much. Hi, Frog. Lisa, honey. I'm sorry to hear you're sick. Girl, can you ever catch a break? What state is Rex in? What state are you in?
Virginia. I'm in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia.
Oh, that's a good state. That's a
It's
good.
nice. I'm not going to complain except for the wintertime, but it hasn't been a bad winter this winter. But we do have them.
Mhm.
I think I said this earlier. I had so much snow piled up next to my front door. One year I had to use a hairdryer on high just to open the door.
Oh yeah, I heard Bonnie saying that. I was cooking dinner and I was listening in, and I heard her telling you guys about me not shoveling my deck. Thank you very much for calling me out on that. It was really
I
cool.
wasn't switching on you. I was just saying.
No, I know it was funny. I love you, sweetie. I'm gonna when
But
I
did
get
you hear Rex and Echo? And Rex said, "Gotta be careful with that. You can have a heart attack."
with the what again? With the what?
Shoveling wet snow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so heavy. I know it's so heavy.
Well, the
Yeah, I'm
best
trying
thing I ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the best thing I ever did for the house that I live in is put a metal roof on it because I don't have to deal with the shingles horseshit if they get blown off or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever did. And when the sun hits the metal roof, the snow melts and slides off, which can be a good or a bad thing, depending on where it lands.
It's always better if you don't have to get on the roof, for sure.
Oh,
I think. A lot of people die getting up on the roof. And one time my husband was helping a friend clear a roof off, and he forgot to warn him about the skylight. But he fell through it himself. The friend did. Fell through the skylight. My husband looks over 1 minute. He's on the roof. The next minute, he's in it. But he was all right. He just fell straight down, like on his hands and knees. You know what I mean? He didn't flip or anything. So, and because they're in Cascade, Idaho, they get serious snow. Their growing season's only 4 months a year. So there's snow on the ground from about October to May, and I mean, and it could even still snow in June. It's just cold. It's just cold. So.
Frog, I don't know if I consider that rude or not. I do that a lot of times. I'll stare at people and just shake my head.
And I was fixing to say, well, now, wait a minute. If he's a really good-looking man, I might stare a little.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, here's my answer. A lot of things are considered rude, but we don't care. Right? We don't care. I don't care if people think I'm rude unless they're my people. And I do care what my peers think, but as far as strangers goes, give a shit. I really could. People get so hung up on what other people think of them. They don't even know. How is this possible? How is this even? I can't even relate to that. I can't even remotely like get into that for a second and try to. No wonder people have anxiety. Y'all got to quit caring about what other people think. Care what God thinks and your peers, and that's it.
Vicky'd probably be proud of me if all I did is stare at him. Normally, I'd be hollering at them, telling them I think they're a dumbass.
Well, right. I mean, when the bar's that low, honey, that's a low bar.
That's a pretty high bar. I believe everybody's entitled to my opinion.
Yeah. We're all going to get it, whether we like it or not anyway. So,
Yeah, I look at it this way. The feelings don't make you bleed. So.
They're a friend till they stab you in the smile in your face. Yeah, well, that's for sure. Yeah. We know a lot of those. I've known a few of those. There's a lot of con artists on YouTube. If in case you're new to YouTube, this is a gold mine for con artists. This is it. This is the best. This is their breeding ground, as a matter of fact. They're born here. Shit. They look at how stupid people are. They're like, damn, people be believing that shit. I'm gonna start me a channel. I got some shit to tell too. You know. It's seriously, right? Oh my gosh, I've seen it.
Dad used to say, if you got somebody hanging around you really don't want around, first opportunity you have, let them borrow some money. That'll keep them away.
That is true. That is true.
Now, Frog, that's cringy and creepy. That's not rude. I definitely would, if somebody was staring at me while I was eating my meal, I would definitely ask them if they had a fucking problem and to please turn around. Depending if there was any children around. I might be nicer about it. But if I was alone and some creeper guy was staring at me while I was eating, yeah, I would say I usually stare back. They don't usually. I can play stone face. I can win a lot of stone faces. I was on the CTA in the south side of Chicago all my teenage years. Believe me, I can play the game. People think, whatever they think. I don't even care what they think. It doesn't matter. But you got to be smart. You can't.
Me while I was eating like that, I'd lick my lips and wink at them and shit.
Yeah, I'd start fucking with them for sure. It definitely could get. It could get interesting, if you really wanted to play with somebody. But I wouldn't want to play with a creeper like that. It would just cringe me out, and I would just want to eat my meal. And I probably would threaten to call the popo or something like that, but not today. Maybe 3 years ago, I would have thought that would do something.
And
hey, I might call a biker friend.
And that's if Frog's a male. Yeah, that would be odd. And don't ask me why that makes a difference.
Why does it make a difference, Bonnie?
I don't know. Well, because I don't know.
Because if it was a hot chick staring at a guy, he would like it. That's why.
I've had guys stare at me, but and then I start thinking, do I have a booger or whatever?
A booger hanging out? Wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Toilet paper hanging out of your pants. Something like that. Well, it depends how they're staring at you. Some people do have that crazy thing. This is what I know. My pastor made it a point to say, don't ignore people. When they're on the street like that, sometimes all they want is for you to acknowledge them. But my husband has also told me when they're in their crazy moment of shame, they do not want anyone looking at them. And we all know the difference when you look at a homeless person. If they're wanting you to acknowledge them or if they're wanting you to not even look at them, right? I mean, there's definitely both of those emanating from those people in that situation. And I like to help those people if I can. But that's a case by case basis, and I will pray on each one of those because
Yeah.
you have to be careful. You really have to be careful. And more times than not, God's going to have me help them somehow. I don't care if they go buy alcohol with a buck or two they got. What do I care? Give strong drink to those who are perishing, it says. Whatever, go buy your booze. You know Jesus loves you, right? You know, that's what it's about.
Right.
Make sure they get that message, you know.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Go ahead.
both when I was in the Army and been out of the Army, if somebody's giving me a weird look, I will give them the hard stare. And that usually stops them. They'll break eye contact and go about their business.
Well, thank you
True.
for something. That's cool. We like that around here. No, we really do. I raise my kids to thank people too when they see them in uniform.
Yes,
They feel-
I still do.
Oh,
When
well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, and I really do, because I was dumb enough to sign up for the Army.
Hey, your service was not in vain. What, no matter what wars or whatever, we know why you guys signed up. You're brave and you want to honor your country, and we don't look at the wars and equate. I don't anyway. I don't equate
no,
the shit to my veterans at all. Not at all.
Well,
I had to
I
explain
mean-
that to a veteran one time because he was ashamed of his service. He was a younger guy, you know.
I can understand that. I actually
No, but it's
kind of feel
heartbreaking.
sorry for the
Mm-hmm.
military, what they've done to them,
Mm-hmm.
making them think that they were going to protect our country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
Well,
gonna just say a couple of things about signing
Yeah,
up.
please do.
The recruiter will fucking lie to you. Sorry about dropping the F bomb, but they
No,
will.
I understand.
They will lie to you in a drop
Yes,
of a
they
hat.
do.
It's not going to be easy.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
not going to be a cakewalk. No.
Yep.
Serving in any branch of the military, well, maybe the chair force, but I give them shit anyway. But yeah, it's not going to be easy, and you're going to see some things that you didn't want to see and you didn't think were real, but they are real.
Yep.
So just be prepared. Okay, I'm done. My rant's over.
What? That's it? Wow. Tell us another story.
Oh, I was in Germany. I was in Germany on a 3-day pass. And I
Okay.
drank some back in the 90s before they had absinthe in America that was real. I drank some real absinthe. I took like 4 or 5 shots, and 3 days were gone. I woke up and I did not remember what happened.
Oh,
I
no.
still don't remember what happened.
Yeah,
Damn.
that stuff will make you slobber on yourself.
Yeah.
Good
And
thing
what's
you
I
did
woke
it.
up and I had all my stuff and I wasn't like naked or my butt didn't hurt or whatever. I didn't do that again. I switched to beer. Yeah, I drank German beer.
They didn't have you on a floating mattress in the middle of a lake or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Wake up without a kidney.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be.
Well, I had a couple of my army buddies with me, so I guess they took care of me once I got super sloppy drunk.
And what was that called that y'all drank?
Absent.
Made out of wormwood.
Yeah.
I have never heard of that.
Play down.
Good. If you've not heard of it, good. Don't ever drink it. I think it's spelled ABSENCE. I think that's how it's spelled, but I'm not sure.
So it
you-
Because
makes,
I never drank it again.
Do you stream Clockwork
Who,
Rex?
me?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
you stream? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
a channel too?
Clockwork Rex is my channel. It
Okay,
has
what do you
this
stream?
avatar.
Okay.
Well, it has this avatar
Mm-hmm.
and all of my stuff is live. I don't have any like pre-recorded videos on my channel.
Right.
So, but I've got a bunch of live streams going back like 4 years or something like that.
Oh yeah. What do you stream about?
Just anything, just like we are doing right now. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
just talking.
Okay. Cool. See if I
I
can
try
find
to
it.
stay away from politics and religion because that usually starts a fight, and so I don't like fights on my channel. So
Well,
Mm-hmm.
we do too, but
Maybe you shouldn't subscribe.
Here you go, Bonnie. I'll drop it in private. I'll drop it in chat for that absent the link on it.
okay.
oh, absinthe, that's like liquid evil. Yeah.
It's in Revelation.
Looks like lime Kool-Aid, but it ain't lime Kool-Aid.
No.
I've had it
It's
before.
like
It only
mixing moonshine with Kool-Aid. Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. I'm just saying it might taste good, but you're not gonna have a good time.
I had
Yeah.
it in the 80s at a party, but I only did one shot of it. I didn't like how it tasted.
Oh yeah. Well, I know a guy. I know a guy, and I can get moonshine anytime I want to. But no, thank you.
I know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. Yeah.
Well, we do talk about God. We do
Well,
pray,
that's fine.
and
I
sometimes
don't.
we do get into politics.
Well, that's fine too. But I don't belittle anybody for their beliefs. I mean, I think that came from being in the army because I was around all kinds of people that had
Yeah,
all kinds of beliefs. So if you want to talk about it, talk about it.
and I understand that too. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, and this isn't my channel, so it's Bonnie's channel, so she can talk about, and y'all can talk about whatever you want to.
No, I was just asking because I was curious. A lot of us do different things. Hardly anybody does the same thing,
yeah,
which is cool.
Oh, of
But
course.
first, a lot of us, we've just seen a lot of stuff in the last couple of years with channels. You know,
thank you, T girl.
lots of things. Hi, T girl. Thank you for the link.
Yeah, that's his link if you want to check it out.
That's what I wanted.
Oh, hey, I appreciate that, T girl. Yeah,
T
thank
girl
you.
rocks. She's a sweetheart. She is a sweetheart. Neon Moon. Okay, I missed your beginning. Neon Moon.
I was sitting here. I don't know what to put. Okay, it's a full moon. What do I put?
Oh, hey, if I start growling and barking and you hear some weird shit going on in the background, I'm turning into a werewolf. I'm just saying. Well, Bonnie saw my face, and yeah, I kind of do look like a werewolf.
Furry.
Oh, I'm trying to grow my Gandalf beard out. So there's that. If
Yep.
the weather changes and it gets hot, I will shave it off. But until it gets hot, no, I'm keeping it.
Cool.
Yeah, I never did see him in chat, and all of a sudden he was wanting to come up on panel, and so I was giving him the 3rd degree.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh shit! Excuse me.
Not like
Yeah.
that's never happened before. So
Yeah, a lot of people do the avatars more now. I always go on panel, but I don't. If I'm the only one, I don't do it anymore because I don't like just looking at myself. I mean, it's
Oh,
okay.
that's
But, yeah, I thought it was end of the world for a minute there, Bonnie.
Good night, cat without the hat.
I thought it was George.
Good night, Cat. What's the matter?
Oh, on panel?
Yeah, Cat's as good at scaring everyone off. Something of why I'm not around. Sorry. Have a good night. I'm out.
I have no idea what that means. It's almost cryptic.
I
If they'd
haven't
like to be
seen.
more clear, we would address it, but that just maybe it wasn't meant for us. I can't imagine what that means for us. Who scared
Well,
off
yeah,
who?
I've only seen two of his comments, and both of them are kind of cryptic. So,
Right. They remind me of somebody in Humboldt County. They're like a big poser. They do a lot of like mock things because they don't have much of their own ideas, but it's probably not that. You just never know. People are strange. They're weird. You can't.
people are strange when
Well,
you're a
yeah,
stranger.
strange.
Oh, sorry. That's it.
Like,
My
no, it's okay. I'm singing with you.
bad. Threw me back to my law
Dog
school
has a
days.
good beard, but Bushcraft has a good beard too. And
Yes, he did. And
you know,
Chuck.
and Chuck has a good beard, but Chuck is married. I never talk about married men's beards much.
Bushcraft is married too.
Well, I wasn't going to talk about him much either. Just saying he got a good beard. Chuck, not me. Just kidding. It don't matter. We're just talking about their beards. Yes. Just to be able to dance with people. Oh, he's got a beard going. Yeah, that's a good beard. He's rocking the
I'm
beard.
working on it. I'm working on it.
There you go.
Salt in there, more pepper. More pepper than salt.
Like
I
I
got
said,
enough
I'm working on my
for
grandma.
years. I got enough Indian meat for years that didn't want to grow. When it come in, it's white.
Yeah,
I get that.
the way it is. It's funny how the beards will be a different color on the men, especially if they're redheads. Sometimes you don't even know they're a redhead unless their beard has come out.
Yes.
Because maybe their hair is gray already or something, but their beard isn't yet. I don't know. It's funny.
That's the way my ex-husband was. His
Yeah.
hair was really dark, almost just black. But then his beard started growing and it's red, and now it's getting red and gray.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He had that Irish temper. Those redheads, they got a reputation for that.
Yeah, I better turn that flag away before somebody gets upset again.
Oh, look at that one. See, he's working on it too. He's working on the Gandalf too.
Yeah, I've had it a while. I'm letting this grow in again, and it's starting to bother me.
Yeah, mine irritates me sometimes too. But like I said, until it gets warm, I'm not shaving it off because it keeps me warm while I'm sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a winter thing. We don't shave our legs usually either.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, keeping them suckers warm.
It used to just be hunting season around here that the men let their beards grow out.
Oh, yeah.
But then it just turned into a thing.
Well, the funny thing was, I couldn't grow a beard until I joined the army and had to shave every morning. And then the first time I got my ass chewed was by a drill sergeant was because I didn't shave close enough for him. I still had a little bit of stubble on my cheeks. And he's like, "You go back upstairs and you reshave right now." And he was like, rah, 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 rah. I mean, he said a lot of stuff I'm not going to say on here.
Right.
But yeah, we were like nose to nose. He got right in my face. He's like, "You go reshave right now." And that's the nicest thing he said about it. And I did. I went upstairs and reshaved. He was like, "Okay, you're good."
Straight razor? Did y'all have to use a straight razor?
No, we got big razors from the PAs.
Yeah, okay.
But
Well,
yeah, he
Bonnie, I
got like
gotta get
right
off,
in my
honey. I
face.
gotta say goodnight and go clean up my dinner mess. And Tim didn't have a show tonight. I didn't
Aw.
really catch the beginning. I think something with Agent J, um, but I'm glad I got to catch you because I knew you were streaming and then you were gone and then I was looking for your stream. It's ticking me off when I seen that you were live again. But did you get my
See,
text?
that's funny because we all have to search for each other. And
I
Rex
know.
said he doesn't even know how he found me. Just,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
guess.
Random. Well, that has happened. I've seen a few people come in your chat and say, "What is this about?"
Yeah.
It's like we're just talking, you know. But I gotta go. I gotta get moving, and I'll be noisy. Otherwise, I'd stay with you. But I'll be listening. All right.
Love
Nice to
you.
meet you, Clockwork. Love you, Chuck. Love you, Bonnie. See
Bye.
you.
Have a
Yeah,
good one.
nice to meet you, dude.
Bye, chat. Love y'all.
Take care, Dee. She's a talker. She does
Hmm.
Constitution classes and um, she does a prayer thing too once in a while and like
Oh
once a
well,
week.
that's the first thing that we did when I signed up for the Army was take an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all threats, both foreign and domestic.
Yes, sir.
So,
And that's
do
what
you
we're,
think that oath goes away when you get out? No, no, it doesn't.
they say it doesn't, but I don't know if the active quite understand it. And we also know that the commander in chief's order is above all.
Well, not necessarily, because in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is the book that they give you to read and memorize, if you receive an illegal order, you are duty bound to not follow it. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
Okay.
So that's in the book. That's in the
Yep.
book.
So then it'd
I've
probably
got a
be,
general giving me an illegal order. No, no, I'm not going to follow that illegal order. If I've got the president giving me an illegal order, I'm not going to follow that order because it's against my uh, understanding of the UCMJ.
yeah.
And that's really all you can go on. Yeah, really.
Yeah. Oh no. We're in a mess. That's all I do know.
Oh, sure. We've always been in a mess.
Yeah. Just seems like it's escalating.
Well, we hear more about it than we used to
Yes.
because of the internet
True.
and stuff like that. Yeah. But
Yeah, there's some really good researchers. A lot of them don't mind going in the rabbit holes. I haven't been there. Let them do that.
oh,
I,
yeah.
I try to stay positive and reassure everyone that we're going to be okay, and because I really think we are. I mean, even with what I was hearing about the border today and being 200 miles from it, I don't feel freaked out or anything. Except I know they're going to try and take us over here in Texas.
Well, they tried that before, and it kind of bit them in the ass, so to speak.
Yes. Yeah,
And I'm
but
pretty
somehow
Go
they're
ahead.
armed up a whole lot better than we are.
You're not wrong about that. So
I know.
I can't disagree.
Oh well, we'll still be all right.
Well, there was a saying that we had in the army, and it was ever forward, never backward. So,
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of sayings. There's a reason the rearview mirror is smaller than the
mhm,
windshield.
exactly. Although I do check my rearview mirror every now and then to see if somebody's going to try to hit me in the ass end of my truck.
Yes. I check mine a whole lot more now.
Yeah.
Just a second. Chuck, are you with us? No. You need a
Oh, he's
pen?
muted. Yeah, he's muted.
Um, and she disappeared. That's all I have small. That's all I have small.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully I sound trigger cute.
What does your shirt say?
Huh?
Let me see your shirt. Apparently I have an attitude. Okay.
Yeah. Not for staying apart.
There was a train derailment in Oklahoma today. There was a train derailment yesterday in Travis County, northwest of Austin, I think they said, or something like that. There's a lot of them that you don't hear about. They just keep jumping off the tracks. I don't know what's going on. Spank that child. Well, she's kind of bigger than me, Hawk. She's 27. Gonna come up now, Hawk?
Someone needs to come up because I've got to go let a beer out and put a beer back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'll be back in a minute.
Let's see if he comes up. Okay, thank you. There's the link. Or I can play a song. I know how much y'all love that. There he is. No music.
Just for poops and laughs, shits and giggles. Yeah, only more family friendly. So.
Right?
And it doesn't matter how big that child is. If she's yours, you can spank her. It
Yep.
doesn't matter. It will always have the fear of mama in them.
As long as she's still asking for money, I have that right, right?
There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. What's going on, Chuck? What's going on?
He's sleeping, I think. I don't know
Is he?
where he went. No. He might have got a phone call, though.
Dang nabbit, where'd I put my lighter? So somebody sent me a lighter, right?
Mhm.
They sent me an electric lighter.
What?
Okay. So it's used for lighting grills and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Never try to light a bowl full of pot with it. Okay, it's not gonna work. I'm just letting you folks know ahead of time. Do not get an electric lighter to smoke your weed with. It's just not gonna work for you. Okay, just saying. Just saying.
Oh no.
Just saying.
Do you need lighters?
No, I got 2 in the mail yesterday. In the mail.
Okay.
So
Good.
yeah, because the nearest place to get lighters is 18 miles away from here.
Better off rubbing 2 sticks together, huh?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. What's going on, Chuck?
What's
How's things
going on,
going?
bud?
Oh, not much, not much. How's your little mix coming along?
I'll show it's shaken, not stirred, huh?
What do you got? Like another 2 weeks?
3, I think. Working on the Monday will be 2 weeks. I got left.
Okay. Oh, right on, right on. So just so everybody knows, that is not black. That is super, super dark green.
Yeah.
Actually, Chuck, you got a piece of white paper right there.
Yeah.
If you dip your finger in it and then run it across the paper and show them the stages of green as your finger fades out, they'll get the point. It's just multiple layers of green laid on top of each other. So it looks black, but it is not. Yeah.
I made a finger mark. You can see the green in that.
Oh yeah. Yep. You can see the green.
Let me get my.
Jesus Christ.
Smell that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's strong too. I just like.
Yeah. Yep. And let me tell you, once it's infused.
Where's the paper?
The thing about infused alcohol is, and I tell people this, like if you're making salve and things like that,
Yeah.
So when I make my salve, I make it with pure virgin olive oil and pot. That's it. That's all that goes in the mix when it goes in the crock pot, right?
Yeah.
So when I get done making, my 2 pounds of pot that's crumbled up and put into the crock pot, and then I pour that, the 2 quarts of olive oil in there. Okay. After a 48-hour cook off, okay, set on the lowest temperature, I strain out the pot. Okay. And that oil comes out just as dark as, as that mix you have there with the alcohol. Okay. And I always take 1 cup.
Uh-oh.
I always take 1 cup and I pour it back in the olive oil bottle, and I mark medicated on it. Okay, the tip of a teaspoon and a pat of butter. Basically a 1 tablespoon square of butter sliced off of the thing. Okay, in a frying pan, and you drop an egg in it. And you will have the most medicated meal you've ever had in your life. Not kidding. So like I said, I just use the tip of a teaspoon. I don't, I don't like fill the whole teaspoon up with it. I dip it in there, and then whatever drizzles off after I dip it in, that's what goes into my breakfast cooking. Okay, and. You're talking an 8 to a 12-hour effect from a single egg.
Goodness.
Oh yeah, it's mashed potatoes. I'll take a half a teaspoon, and I'll drizzle that into a whole big pan of mashed potatoes, and I stir it up real good. Then I mix in regular butter. Then I mix in milk, and I mash. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole pot of mashed potatoes is now medicated. So you have 1 increment of your meal. Will you just knock it off? One part of your meal that's medicated, so you can dose yourself by so you think about the average serving of mashed potatoes on a plate.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's understanding that it's medicated. You have to cut that in half. You know, and and I'm telling you, it's like going 12 hours with no pain, no discomfort, probably the best sleep you'll ever have in your life. I mean, if Christ comes back and you don't wake up, don't blame me, okay? Blame the potatoes, all right? But it's the idea of getting that inside you, not just from smoking it, but from getting it in there and letting your body ingest it and spread through your organs and things like that.
Yeah.
You get, the recovery of cancer patients, whether it's liver, kidney, stomach, intestinal, and you look at all of these, and you get this realization that you understand that the government has hidden one of God's commodities from us on a medical level. And it's like, the Lord put that here intentionally. He didn't do it just so that man would trip over it and say, "Oh, wow, that's a pretty bud." He did it so that people would use it in order to, yeah. See, Frog, it's you're getting the wrong edible. You're getting the wrong edibles. Because let me tell you, if you came out here and sat down and had mashed potatoes and a ribeye steak with me, within 30 minutes after you finish that meal, you wouldn't, you'd be crawling under the table, asking if there's a pillow and a blanket.
Shit, when I smoke what Dad's got, I usually pass out. Not even 30 minutes later, and that's just from sitting there like, I'm so relaxed, and I just fall. I like form into the couch.
Well, what it does is it shuts everything off. When you're smoking it, and I've explained this quite a few times. So your lungs work like the old school switchboard operator type scenario. Okay, you got a little old lady sitting in there, and as soon as that board lights up, she's pulling up on the wire and plugging it into the hole where it's lit up. Okay, so when you inhale it, you are basically controlling those switches. The board lights up and the little old lady is plugging it in. Now, the thing is that's great that it turns that off and allows you the relaxation and everything else. But the difference is that when you eat it or you ingest it, the ability for healing to come with it instead of just turning off the switch.
Yeah.
I've never ingested anything of it before.
Oh, well,
You'll get some of it here soon.
give it time. Give it time. Actually, you could give him a half a teaspoon out of that jar right now, Chuck, of that liquor, and watch what he's like in 30 minutes. I bet how much you want to bet he'll be a giggling fool.
Of just the liquor part?
No, what it pulled out.
Well, because it's infused. That liquor's infused now. So that's no different than me infusing my olive oil. The only difference is that through the extraction through alcohol is actually a faster process than what it is through olive oil.
Oh, okay.
The alcohol washes all the oils out.
Right. So now I know a lot of people who make their tinctures, instead of making it with alcohol, they'll make it with vegetable glycerin. Okay. So you get yourself a bottle of vegetable glycerin, you take a quart-sized jar, fill it up to the top with pot, and then slowly pour in the vegetable glycerin. Okay. And that's another one. You let it sit anywhere between 30 to 90 days, shaking it up every day. And then you just get an eyedropper, stick it in there, and pull up what you're going to, the dose that you want. Now because you made yours with alcohol, I wouldn't do more than a half an eyedropper. Okay.
Yeah.
Until you find out what the effect is at a half an eyedropper. Once you know what the effect of a half an eyedropper is, then you can increase according to your weight and size. Okay. Now you're over 6 feet tall. You're what, 220, 230,
280.
280. Okay.
Six,
So
6'7", 280.
okay. So body fat is what holds on to, and this is why, when I tell people about, making salves, to use olive oil, don't use coconut oil, don't use canola oil, don't use all these other fancy dancy oils, just use olive oil. It's the highest fat content, and it grabs onto or that's what the pot attaches to, is the fat that's in there. And so your body, after you smoke a joint, will pull in as much cannabinoids as it can into your body fat, and can last 5 to 7 days. Whereas without the body fat, you get a quick high, and it ends quick. You're not gaining a whole lot of long-term relief. The idea is, if you take a pain pill, you want the pain pill to last at least 8 hours. Okay. And be cognizant. So if you can do, an eyedropper of a tincture, and it removes your pain for 8 to 12 hours, and you are extremely functional during that period of time, then you basically are putting yourself in a position where everything that you are putting in your body is healthy for you, and you're not putting something in there that is pharmaceutically drummed up and capable of severe side effects and all that other shit that goes along with it. I mean, you look at half of the things that are out on the market. They have to make 5-minute long commercials about one drug now, because they have to list all this stuff. If you die, don't call your doctor.
Yeah. It helps indigestion, but it might give you bleeding eyeballs, ears fall off.
Cancer of the anus.
But your heartburn's gone. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna leave y'all in charge, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I can have that.
All right, guys, let me show you this. No, right.
Can't have but the oil out of it, you can.
Yeah, I'm actually the 4 bottles or 4 quarts of virgin olive oil that I had in my cabinet in the kitchen building actually froze solid.
Wow.
I've never seen oil freeze before, and this froze solid.
Cold there.
Huh? Oh, it was 8. We had like 8 degrees for like 5 days in a row. We were at 8 degrees for the whole time.
Yeah,
So,
the kitchen was a lot.
90% of all my canned goods frozen solid. I opened a can of clam chowder, and I took a chisel and a hammer and was able to chip through it. I was like, no, this is not good.
You didn't have canned clam chowder. You had a can of popsicle.
Yeah, clam popsicle.
Take that sucker and set it on a burner.
Yeah, no. The thing is during the thawing process, you can develop botulism. So so all those cans, I'd say 90% of the cans that are in the kitchen building have to go in the dumpster as soon as the new dumpster gets here.
That would mean while they're still frozen, if you heat them up and then eat them, then it shouldn't hurt it. But after, like you're talking about, if you let them thaw out and then leave them sit for a week or a month or 6 months or whatever, it ruins it. Plus the cans stress from it too.
Yep.
That's why everybody's talking about. Well, all that stuff now is showing up on the shores over there. All that stuff that was in them containers. I'm like, yeah. How long they been exposed to heat and whatever else?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and if people are collecting that stuff and eating it, oh my lord. Yeah. It's like you know, I just went the last 5 days with no internet, right? And it came on, finally came on today at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And I have to tell you, I caught up on Tucker Carlson's broadcast from last night, and then went to tune into him tonight, and they canceled him. They canceled him. Wow. I guess our government really does run the mainstream media. It's like, oh yeah.
They don't want nobody out there discrediting something or telling the truth.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I'll tell you that video from last night. He laid it out there. He laid it out there, and it was a great production that he put together for that.
Yes.
And so. But the fact that they canceled him tonight, it tells you how scared they are.
But wasn't it the DOJ that gave him the videos?
No, Congress turned him over to him.
Oh, Congress. Okay.
Yep. Kevin McCarthy had to. That was part of his agreement, was to the release of and the thing is the release was not to go to Tucker Carlson. It was to go to the American people. Period.
Yes.
It just made it easier if you had somebody who could actually go through it, see it, and report on it. Mm-hmm. Because we know that no regular reporters are going to cover it. Right. Because then everybody's going to know that they're a bunch of liars.
He gets from like 20 to 60 million views on this stuff, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, he had, it was 6. Well, actually, I think they said that there were 20 million Americans were tuned into last night's show. 20 million.
Wow.
So that means that 20 million people today had something to talk about when they went into work or whatever, getting everybody pumped up for tonight's. Mm-hmm. And because of last night's, you were going to end up having 40 to 60 million people watching tonight.
Yes.
Somebody is actually telling the truth, and the government doesn't want anybody to hear. And yep, it's just a whole nother level of censorship. It really is.
You want to see this video, Bonnie, that Anna just sent me? Or have you seen it about the train derailing? It was going slow. The whole front axles and all come out from under it.
Yes, I do.
You want to see it, you said?
Yes, please.
All right, I'm sending it.
Hawk, I'm dropping one in private chat that I don't know if you got it out of the regular chat, but these guys are pretty good at reporting also, and with special guests that are involved in what they're reporting.
Patriots are great. Yeah. I follow them.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I follow them. I just haven't been able to get on Rumble because of the fact that my internet sucks.
Well, they're on YouTube too. I found the same video actually. Well, no, it's not exactly the same, but still with the interview of that man on YouTube on their channel.
You got it down on the bottom. There it is. You want to make it big or? Here you go. Let's see. That looks like my problem right over here. I was like, oh, yeah.
That's a liquid in that barrel is why it's rocking that way.
Dude. Totally disconnected from the train.
More than disconnected, lady. Yeah, if I'd have been videoing that, you'd have seen when it come loose, I'd have been backing up.
Yeah, staying right there, that's kind of ridiculous and stupid. Hate to say
Yep.
it is. You know, you're the only thing you're doing is risking your life, staying that close.
You know, stupid I am. Risk my life for a video.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all these people are getting killed in Mexico.
Yes. That's what that guy was saying. 350,000. I don't know if that was just this last year or I don't know what the time frame was. I didn't get to listen to it all the way. I got that just before I went live.
Mm-hmm.
But just what I heard was enough for me to want to share the link because this is what I've been telling people for the past few years that um, it's way worse down there than what is being shown.
Yep.
It's a war, like, literally. And now they're starting to take over cities.
Yeah. And I know a certain doctor that's going to be in a lot of trouble here pretty soon. Oh, wait. He's not a doctor. He's a scientist.
The one that starts with an F,
Oh, yeah.
Froggy.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's a scientist. I think he's a plagiarist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying
Following
anything about you,
his
Frog.
dad. Yeah. Okay. So let's get clued in here. Guess whose dad was in charge of the 1917 pandemic? It begins with an F and ends with an I.
Yes. His.
Yep. And guess who his best friend was?
Gates.
Begins with a G and ends with an S. Yep.
Yep.
Isn't that something?
Just pass it on down.
Nothing new under the sun.
If they had more people after the war was done and the soldiers come home sickly from what they got given to them, you know how they give a bunch of things to the guys in the service before they get active and get sent away. So all these people were afraid that they're bringing that cold home. They had this big rash of everybody go ahead and get a pokey, and then killed 1/3 of the world's population. That's messed up when 1 in 3 people die from something.
Yeah. And then Hershey's is going to go plant-based with popular candy recipes like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Wow.
They're killing. Oh, Lord.
Yes. Don't eat anything plant-based.
Yeah.
Maybe for vets.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of all kinds of stuff in the stores, plant-based.
Yep. Yeah, but okay. So EOW, I don't know how do you say that? EOTW. Yes, you're correct. Yes, he was in charge of it. But who was in charge of the CDC? Who was in charge of what was getting ready to become the CDC at that time? Was uh, yeah, to the F guy, his father, who was a young man, like at 25, 26 years old at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, George.
Yeah, David, that's messed up what they're doing to Erin. Just because she fights for people, that makes her that. That's ridiculous. But
Well, that's how they do it.
Okay, sorry.
Anyone that goes against them were terrorists.
Yeah. And then that guy who set himself on fire at that university, I think it was UC Berkeley, he lit himself on fire.
Oh my goodness, I missed that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened like Friday or Thursday or Friday, and he just finally died.
Wow.
And what was that over? I didn't even see it.
Nobody even said what his reason for it was or anything like that. But that's probably because he made a political statement and then lit himself on fire.
Oh.
They don't want to give any credibility to to anybody who does anything like that. Yeah. Yeah.
If anything, they'll try to blame other people that ain't standing on the same ground he is.
Yeah.
Well, and that's. I'm sorry, Chuck.
It's just they kind of like the Tide Pod eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anything I've been seeing lately, if it's something that DC doesn't agree with, they keep calling them MAGA Republicans. The MAGA Republicans.
Yeah, that's just it. The word MAGA can trigger the littlest liberal ever. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. And then some lunch lady allegedly sexually assaulted a student, kept sending nude photos for months to the kid.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got one. I guess I can play the sound.
Could probably. What's gateway? Gateway. Gateway pundit. I haven't looked at that yet today either. That's boy, am I behind in times. But missing 5 days is like missing a half a year, like a year ago. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Your head is soaking wet. Why are you dropping it in my lap? Do you think I want a wet lap? No, because if I stand up, everybody's going to think I peed my pants.
We can't see your pants.
Oh, yeah. It's my camera's off.
So
I'm getting older.
I don't know what school this is, but this is pretty good.
Gabriel, stop. Back off.
Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert, I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom.
Yep.
We've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. Either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that was like 5 months ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was like 5 months ago, 6 months ago. It was like right at the beginning of the school year. That came out.
Oh.
Yeah. So a lot of things that have been removed from the net are starting to come back, and a lot of people are thinking that it's like brand new.
Yeah.
So but that's not understand this. That is not a bad thing. Okay. Because of the fact that when you look at it, when you look at it with common sense, those people who have not been awake as we have been for the last 3 years are going to start catching up. So the more stuff that comes out that we can reflect and pass on to them, the more they're going to be awake. Take that bone and get out from underneath my desk. Take it. Go. Go. Where in the hell is it?
Hey, Ridge Runner.
This is my desk, not Gabriel's desk. Now stay the hell out from underneath my desk.
So, Hawk,
Yes.
up here in the right-hand corner is Clockwork Rex, and he has a channel.
Yeah.
And this is Hawk with Hawk's Mustard Seeds.
I looked him up. While you were trying to figure out whether he was naked or not.
No, okay.
I'm not not yet, anyway. But
Yeah. No, I
am under the clothes.
There are quite a few of us that do truther podcasts that we get people who come on and then they'll turn their camera on all of a sudden and they're stark naked.
Yeah, they'll shake. Some of them shake their willy on screen.
My desk.
Oh, I've had that happen in my backstage before. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They caught
It was
Jeff
like a
watching
pinky sized willy. It wasn't even pinky sized. It was like 2 knuckles of your pinky.
They
like,
caught
dude.
Jeff that way on a live cam with like 100 people in his chat.
Yeah. But no, I was making me a chili cheese dog. I had some homemade chili left and some cheese. So, but I don't like cheese no more. We won't hold that against her.
Yeah, I've been wanting that house special fried rice, and I went there a minute ago. I know it's too late to get anything now like that, so I settled for a can of chicken soup.
Oh yeah, I've done that before too. So,
I just finished my nachos. So
Nachos?
Yeah, my nachos.
Oh, I did that. I got some Frito scoop things from the store the last time I went.
Yeah.
And I put my homemade chili and some cheese on it. And yeah, boy, tell you what.
Yeah, see, I have to avoid chili because, most people who make it, they make it with onions, they make it with peppers, and I'm allergic to both. So
okay, well, I try not to make mine too hot. I put a little onion in mine, a little chili powder, a little garlic salt, and hamburger and chili beans, and a can of tomato soup. Let it boil for about a day.
They call that with the Fritos. They call that a Frito pie.
Yeah. I've heard that too. Yeah.
Chili cheese and Fritos. You used to go into the Circle K's and 7-Eleven as a kid, buy a bag of Fritos, go over to the hot dog area, fill it up with chili, then hit the cheese, and they only charge you for the bag of chips.
Yep.
Well, I was going to get some tortillas to go in the chili, but I was like, they'll just break, and I'll just end up bad. So.
You ever poured over a slice of cornbread?
Oh man, cornbread and butter.
Yeah, we put
and a slice of tomato.
Put some chili over it. I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't done that yet. No.
A buddy of mine, his mama, she'd spend all day making chili, and then when it was done, she'd take a big thing of it and pour it about half into a casserole dish and make a big mixture of cornbread, pour it over and stick it in the oven. When the cornbread was done, she had that chili casserole like that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, and that's um, if I have a bunch of chili like that, I'll take the corn tortillas and cut them in quarters and put them inside the chili, pour it into a baking dish, cover it with cheese and onions, and bake it until the cheese is melted. Enchilada pie.
Yep.
Instant.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, I forgot the jalapenos. We were talking about that earlier. I get the jar of sliced jalapenos, and I'll throw some of those in the chili too, and mix it all up.
Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Keep you warm. Quack, are
Oh
you
yeah.
looking at snow like D is?
Probably in a couple of hours. They're normally about 4 or 5 hours ahead of me getting it.
She's been
So
having it for days.
yeah, we get it in the middle of the night for about 3 or 4 hours. By the time I'm up and moving at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's all gone by then. Because the rain immediately follows in. That's the thing about being on the coast. It's snow does not last long because you get that salt, that salt air mixed with the rain,
Yeah.
and it wipes it out. We do get severe ice though. When we freeze, man, do we freeze.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, I'm just hoping that we are not going to get any more freezing rain because that last batch was real bad. We had the lowest point or the highest point on the property. We had 4 inches thick of ice. At the deepest part, we had 33 inches of solid ice.
oh my goodness.
And it took well over a week and a half for it to melt out.
And up there where they are, but ice that freezes all that salt water. If you get salt water frozen, you ain't gonna get nothing that'll melt that shit.
Nope. Well,
What's it like? -5 salt water freezes, something like that.
yeah, -5. It starts.
Yeah, we loaded up with rock salt because of last time. When did we have that freeze, Chuck? Like a month ago?
Yeah, that's when my lights was out for 6 hours and killed all my tomato plants. About a month and a half.
Yes. And so my deck was frozen solid. I couldn't even get out the door. And my daughter was out there sliding around. And I said, grab the salt. So she used all my salt up. So we stocked up on that. And I said, get rock salt for the deck. Just in case. Because I know I've seen snow in April here. I know it can happen. And when I was up at the little store here, they have a bunch of trees and flowers and stuff for sale right now. And the trees are all blooming and budding. Peach, apple, whatever they've got up there.
Oh, you know what else is good for like melting snow and ice? Get the cheapest bag of kitty litter you can find and dump that around your vehicle and around your front door so it don't freeze shut. It works.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it works.
Yeah, because when any moisture that comes down, that litter is going to absorb it, and so you'll have no ice there.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the expensive stuff. Just get the cheapest bag of kitty litter you can find and dump it. Or 2 or 3 bags if you need
and it's
to.
safer for the environment than salt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you think about
I got a bag. I got a bag of it in my truck just in case,
So you ever see those sidewalks where both about a foot to a foot and a half on each side of the sidewalk, everything's kind of burnt, and any flowers that had been growing are all dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's from the salt in that in you know from the salt that people put down on their sidewalks. So
Okay.
that soaks into the soil and stays there. It takes months for that to finally deplete away. So every time you get a little bit of rain, it spreads more of that salt out. It spreads out more and more.
Yeah.
And then then you sit there and you try to plant flowers or anything like that along your sidewalks, and they're not going to grow because of that 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 salt being there.
Well,
Yep.
hmm.
Yeah, the salt will burn them up. Yeah, it will burn up the plant.
So salt would be a good weed killer.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but you'd have to have a consistent. You'd have to have you'd have to get the rock salt and put it on it, and then saturate the rock salt, let it
Okay.
absorb, and then saturate it again. Because that's basically what it is. It's not like kitchen salt. Rock
yeah,
salt's a
no,
lot
it's
different.
not. It's not the iodized salt that you use for cooking. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
Yeah. Well, she was just using all the salt. No, I usually don't have iodized salt in the house because of me with iodine, but for some reason they like it more, or that's what they get for them. So we get 2 different brands so they can tell them apart.
Well, sea salt is actually better for you than the iodized salt.
Yeah, I think they've got that in the cabinet too. That light pink Himalayan or something. Sherman starved Georgia and South Carolina by salt in the field. Wow.
Well, yeah, I was just going to ask, doesn't somewhere in the Old Testament it says that you burn all their crops down and then salt the earth so nothing else will grow?
Yep. It can take anywhere between 10 to 15 years before something will grow there again.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I'll be back with you.
Somebody's getting their shit kicked in. I'm just saying.
I have a female here for a couple more days that had pups, and we're waiting on their owners to get back and pick them up. So
okay. Well, I mean,
Mama was they're at the point where they're not just sucking on the teat; they're nibbling on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. So their eyes are already open. So.
Yeah, actually, they're just coming up on it. They're just coming up on that point. Yeah. So
Fair
like
enough.
either tonight or tomorrow, they should start popping open.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about that, Frog. I have actually put salt water in my eyes before. I used distilled water and let a little bit of salt dissolve because I had some kind of an eye infection or something. That was years ago. Yeah, this weather's been crazy. Dee had put up a short on Facebook, and when she pointed it at the sky, it was like a round tunnel all the way across the sky. And I was like, uh-oh. And that was about, I don't know, it was before the snow. It just kind of made me wonder, Then everybody's talking about the Earth tilting and the polars and all that. And then I saw a video popped up telling you YouTube, here's what we're talking about too. And it was a whole story of um, when it happened with Noah's Ark, the mud floods, it was going into all that and how it's time again. And this is what happens. And it's like, well, we'll see. You're joking about that? Okay. Well, I've actually tried it. Rich Runner Hawk said that they canceled him, wouldn't let him do the report tonight about that. Isn't that something? Did you see it somewhere?
It was totally something about how, Epps lied to Congress.
Yes.
Oh, he just like laid it out there. Yep.
So it was his producers or whatever that canceled it.
Well, you gotta remember that Paul Ryan is on the board of Fox now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and Paul Ryan don't want any of this stuff coming out. Why? Because he's going to be in that mix. Paul Ryan is 100% is 100% deep state. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. I knew when that pretty boy first walked into office, and then he got elected to speaker, and all that. I knew then that he was as crooked as could be.
Well, they all are.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're on the right or you're on the left.
Yep.
You're fucking crooked.
What do you think about Kennedy running for 24?
Kennedy?
Yeah. Is it Ted?
Ted's dead.
Okay,
yeah,
not Ted.
Died a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh, darn it. Y'all help me out, chat. Which Kennedy's up there? And
are you talking about the older Kennedy that has been exposing everything in regard? Well, there's two of them. There's one that's been in regards to the jibber jabberwockies. I think that's Robert Kennedy.
Oh, was that the anti-vaxxer guy?
Yeah.
Robert Kennedy? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the name. Yeah.
It's the other one.
Yeah, the other one is he's the one from down south.
Yes.
Now, see, I wouldn't I couldn't see him running as president, but I could definitely see him as a vice president. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't. Where the Republican side of it is, you're not going to be able to. You can't replace Trump. It doesn't matter what you do. You can try and push anybody you want on us, but what they need to understand is this: I will never give another dime to the RNC or the GOP, whatever you want to call them. Not another dime.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you've got a guy running your party right now that is 100% American, period. And you want to replace him with some dickhead like DeSantis or Nikki Haley or all these other schmucks. Absolutely not. You will never get another donation from me whatsoever. Never, ever. You know, it's just that. And the thing is both the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, they both need to go away.
Exactly.
They need to go away.
That's the other day. Chip Roy was up there speaking for his districts in his state. He's my rep. And he was like, and where are my fellow uh, congressmen that should be sitting here behind me? And all the chairs are empty. And he's like, where are they? Where's
Yep.
the other side? Where's anybody? How come nobody's up here when we have this war going on down here?
Yep.
And he was, boy, he gets hot when he talks.
Yep. Yeah. It's because these, you know, the rhinos and the Democrats. Anytime anybody's getting up to talk about the positive points of any type of legislation or anything like that, they all get up and walk out.
Yeah.
They all get up and walk out. So there is no debating going on the floor,
Mm-mm.
like was done in the 1700s. Okay, all that stuff went out in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. All that stuff was phased out. All you get is political statements. Period. You know, and in most cases, the evidence or the evidentiary facts in which they're producing and talking about are 100% bullshit. You know, and it's so disappointing to see, you know, the extent in which this has gone, where people are actually paying attention to it and finally ready to stand up and do something about it. We should have done this 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and it never would have gotten this far. Hang a couple of fuckers for treason, and that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
But now it's going to call for mass hangings and mass executions. You know, for a mass amount of people committing treason, not just a little bit, but a lot. You know, and it's not just a little bit of treason; it's a whole lot.
Well, that's what was so weird to me. There was a in Tennessee. They were talking about forms of execution because the injection isn't working like it's supposed to. It's cruel and whatever. And
Cruel punishment.
yes, so they were saying a firing squad, and one of the men said, or a hanging tree. And they got, you wouldn't believe the backlash he got from saying that. They started just hammering on him. And I'm thinking, but, you know, lining them up against a wall is okay. Wait a minute. If it's execution, what? I don't get this.
Dead is dead.
Yes.
Cut their fucking heads off.
And that's in Texas. There was hanging trees. Well, anywhere there was a tree, whenever it was going to be a hanging, they just took them and hung them.
Yep.
And it wasn't about color or anything. It was, that's just the way the law was done.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy.
Well, I'm going to say something here. Two things that are probably unpopular in this room and in this chat. I am registered as an independent. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
That's not a bad thing.
Right. All right. Well, we agree on that. Okay. Fair enough. I've never liked Trump. I have never liked Trump. Not when he did his TV shows, not when he did his movie appearances, not when he was president. I've never liked Trump. I didn't like Obama. I didn't like W. I didn't like Clinton. I didn't like the first Bush. I didn't like Reagan. I mean, I've been around for a while. I'll be 50 years old this year. And I didn't like any of our presidents. And that's probably going to be unpopular in here. So,
Well,
this is the thing is, I look at it like this, where it comes to Trump, you know, I've listened, I listen to both sides, I listen to complaints and then I listen to the glorification, you know, I don't praise man. However, I do praise works. That makes a
oh
huge
yeah,
difference to me.
I did like Trump for one thing. He got rid of that Obama mandate where if you didn't pay into it, your taxes got garnished or whatever.
Oh yeah.
However that
Oh,
fucking shit
what?
worked.
Yeah, that's for the Obamacare.
Yeah,
And the
the
thing is,
Obamacare crap.
get this. This is funny. Is 90% of Oregon voted for Obama, and it voted for all that shit. Okay, and then 10% of the population did not pay into that, and it wasn't just them going after their taxes. They were throwing people in jail
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah.
refusing to sign up for it.
Oh
I
shit!
never signed up for it, and I've never paid anything into Obamacare.
I
So
saw it.
you know. And Biden is like that that old guy that doesn't know exactly where he is all the time.
hmm like
Where
my
he-
stepdad.
when somebody tells him.
Yeah. Oh, hey, wait a minute. That's where I am. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't vote. I didn't vote for president in the last election. I just left it blank. I voted for my state and local representatives, but I didn't vote for president.
I
Yep.
did. I voted for Trump because I wanted to continue. I wanted to see things continue the way they were with moving forward.
Yes.
You know, that's there's a difference between a country standing still and staying stuck in corruption, and and moving forward. Moving forward is a huge thing. And this is the thing. There have been so many regulations laid on coal, on oil, on natural gas, and all that stuff. Things that never should have been put into a regulatory bill that were removed, and all of a sudden we saw ourselves go from $3.95 a gallon down to 99 cents to $1.20 a gallon. And that was over like a 3.5 to a 4 month period that we watched that change come. We watched it disappear just as fast as soon as Biden went into office.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like 3.10 a gallon
You
where
know,
I live. But
it's the highest I've seen in Oregon is 9.18 a gallon.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Not
I mean,
kidding.
sorry, I didn't. I
Yep.
don't mean to blaspheme on your channel, but man,
Halloween time is $1.45 or 49 here. 5 days after the election, it was over $2.
Yeah. Luckily, it's still right under $3 here right now.
It paces up and down here. I don't know that you right now see it at Shreveport, and right here where I'm at, it's 3.25. But that's a little town gouging. Shreveport it ain't too bad. Marshall, it's anywhere from 270 to 295.
hell, I'd like 2.95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Charlotte, you are 100% correct. If you don't vote, you don't get to complain. It's and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just repeating what she typed there in chat.
I agree with that 100,000%.
Yeah. If you don't get involved with the politics locally, and then in your state, and then in the federal level, then then you don't really have a right to complain in regards to the political side of things. Now, in everyday living, that's another story. Everybody has the right to complain about everyday living. you know. Um, but at that same point, I look at it, and that's 90% of that is where I let go and let God, and then the other 10% is where I put my head down and I just barrel forward. You know, there's that song that was sung a few years. If you're going through hell, just keep on going. Don't look back. Just keep on moving.
Yep.
You'll find your way out before the devil even knows you're there. You know, and that's how I treat that 10%. And I don't really have a choice but to, because I live in a state that's 90% liberal. Well, the cities, the big cities, are 100% liberal, but all of us that are outside of the cities, we're all Republicans or independents. You know, um, we don't agree with what the Democratic establishment has done here in this state. We were the first state to bring in mail-in voting. We were the beginning of the plan to rig those things. You know what things I'm talking about? Okay, um, by example, because I know that in my county, where I'm at, when you look at the register, there's 118 liberals, and the rest of them are either independent or Republicans. 118.
Wow.
But we always end up with a liberal getting onto the city councils or onto the county boards and everything else. And we all know that we did not vote for these people to be in office. We know it. So it expands well beyond the federal level of what we've been seeing. It is on our local level, and that's where things have to be caught. But we can't make changes unless we step up and say something and do something.
That's true.
And dog, you snore loud.
Yeah, don't bitch about the boat sinking if you ain't bailing water.
Well, that's why I joined the Army. I was like, I'm not going to have to fly and I'm not going to have to get on a boat. I was wrong.
I was a Marine.
I was totally wrong about that.
Yeah, I was a Marine, and I flew, got on a boat many times, got on a submarine a couple of times.
Oh man, fuck a submarine. Sorry.
Jumped out of
Jumped out of
a bunch of planes that were perfectly good condition. There was nothing wrong with them, and we jumped out of them anyway.
Oh no, if a plane is not going down in flames or a helicopter, I'm not jumping out of it. No.
Yeah, but would you have a parachute? That's the question.
Well, even if it's going down in flames and I don't have a parachute, I might still jump out of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's something I never seen since, and jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Yeah, that was just. Do you want to go airborne? No.
No, but if I know the plane's going down, I know where the parachute is. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
Well, fair enough. That is fair enough. Yeah, I will grab a parachute.
Yeah, I'm not a pilot. I'm not the one who's going to crash it politely. Okay, I'm jumping the hell out of the damn thing. You take your own lickings.
I'll take the odds.
Only might work. It might not work, but I'll take my chances other than burning to death. Yeah, so I will do that.
If I was up there, I think the odds are better. Look at Leonard Skinner. There was 26 of them in that plane, and only 6 died. So,
well, yeah.
Well, that's like Hillary Clinton's lawyer there. There was 118 people on that plane, and she was the only one who died from turbulence.
Yes. Yeah. Tell me something's not right about that. Her family was with her and everything. They're fine.
Probably gave her there's some kind of drug that people take that they can't fly because it causes bubbles in their blood or something. They probably gave her that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like when you come up from deep sea diving too fast.
Yeah.
The nitrogen bubbles in your blood. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The bins. They call it the bins. That's the name of it.
There's some kind of drug out there that does that if you're over a certain elevation. I forget what it's for, but yeah, they have more than one use.
Yeah. Okay, so he did get a broadcast out tonight. Tucker did.
Did you do it on YouTube?
I don't think so. I think Rich Runner was asking if anybody watched it, and then I said that you had said he got canceled.
Yeah, it was. But there is a. Yeah, there's definitely a video there.
Oh, there is?
Yep. And I'm looking to make sure that it's not just a duplicate from last night's. Because some people do that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nope. The interview with the police officer is definitely there. Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't generally share, if it doesn't have the what do you call it? If it doesn't come directly off of the Fox YouTube thing, I generally won't share it, but I just dropped it into the private chat.
Yeah, it's on Fox News right now.
Yeah.
If you want to go watch it, yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Is that safe for me to share, or?
No, but you can share the link in chat. Do not play.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, you might get a copyright.
Yeah.
If you actually share it, but
Right.
on the channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this.
Do you remember 3 years ago when you could play anything during your podcast and they wouldn't take you down?
Oh, I know. And YouTube just changed its terms of service like arbitrarily.
Oh,
and
yeah.
supposedly now you can't cuss on this channel unless it's set to 18 plus. And mine's been set to 18 plus since they did that shit.
Yeah.
So, adults only, 18 plus. I may have harsh language on my channel and talk about a mature subject. And if you can't handle that, go the hell away.
Hey, I'm a minister and I still drop an F-bomb.
Yeah.
I am the vulgar preacher. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. I did a wedding for some bikers about 5 years ago, and they wrote out their vows and everything, and then they wrote out what they wanted me to say, and there were F-bombs all through that, and they're like, "You're not going to have a problem with that, are you?" I'm like, no, but I'm going to smoke a joint before I go up there to do it, so I'm having fun while I'm doing it.
Well, what denomination are you a minister?
I am. I'm not really a denomination. I got ordained through the United Church of Christ. They're a national organization to basically they help people who like work as what are those guys? You take a document into them, they stamp it, and then they verify that you're who you say you are.
I know.
Notary. Yeah,
notary. Yeah, there you go.
So at the same time, those guys tend to end up being or becoming justice of the peace.
Yes.
And what the problem was is that there are 3 churches in a 28-mile radius around us. There's a Mormon church, there's a Catholic church, and there is a Baptist church. No other denominations. And it's not because nobody tried. It was that just they weren't successful. But what I get are people like they want to have a ceremony, but they don't really want it religious.
Oh, right. They want to have a kind of secularish ceremony.
Yeah.
I get
yeah.
I get
So that's why that's the main reason that I got it through. So But I was baptized as a Catholic, after birth. But then I was raised in the Mormon Church, and it's I kind of by the time I was 10 years old, I was totally away from the church and believed that all churches were evil, until I was about 40 years old.
Okay. So you're kind of a Neapolitan pastor.
Well, I experienced some. Let's just put it. I experienced some horrors from the religious sect.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
But you're like vanilla and strawberry and chocolate all mixed together. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's the idea. A couple wants to get married, and they want to do it on their own terms. They want to say their vows in their own terms, even though we know what the average man and woman are required in a union. They want to reach outside of that. They want to bring in other aspects of it, and they want to share a piece of themselves more so than what you could say in a Catholic church or in a Baptist church or an evangelical church, church and things like that.
Oh yeah. Well, my parents were married by a justice of the peace because they didn't want to jump through all the hoops and stuff.
Yep.
That the primitive Baptists lay down, which is the church I was raised in. I was raised a primitive Baptist. You might know what that is. You might not.
I do.
Okay.
I'm almost 60.
They were married for.
I've been around a while.
Shit. I don't know, 47, 48 years before Dad died. And then, Mom was like, I'm done. She loved my dad to death, and my dad loved her to death. But they would argue. I would sit in here and laugh, listening to them argue about stuff. Just stuff on TV, not like religious or politics or anything like that. But they would just argue with each other because it was fun to them. I would sit here and laugh.
Yeah, Charlotte, that is a subsidiary of the Universal Church of Christ. So Universal Life Church. Yep. He was saying she says he was an ordained clergy of the Universal Life Church, late 70s, from the back cover of the Rolling Stones magazine.
It was a comic book ad, man. I mean, it was right there. How could I resist? Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
the X-ray glasses and stuff,
and the sea monkeys.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just
okay. So let's ask the chat. Respond with a 1 if you did it, 2 if you did not. Okay. Be honest. How many of you purchased sea monkeys when you were a kid?
Oh, my sister did. I was like, those are brine shrimp. That's what they were.
How come nobody's responding?
You feed those to your fish. Yeah. I mean, if you've got like goldfish, you put brine shrimp in there and they eat it.
When I was a kid, we didn't have anything like that. We were outside all the time. Oh, Ridge Runner did.
Now, how did I not know that Tennessee Ridge Runner was going to raise his hand and say, I did it?
Oh, Anonymous said too. So, he never had.
Yes, the Rolling Stones magazine is a political magazine. In many, yeah. And the thing is they've always been liberal. So they've always been a one-sided magazine. That's why I always read Hustler magazine instead of Penthouse or Playboy.
Oh, Hustler was way better than those two. Yeah.
I only read the advertisement.
Yeah, I never looked at
I read it for the articles. Yeah, I've heard that.
And there was a couple of good cartoon strips in them too.
I did like Dear Penthouse.
Dear Penthouse, let me tell you this crazy sex story. Yeah.
Yeah, my hometown.
Rock though, does that count? Yeah, pretty much.
Little bitty hometown. One of the girls I went to school with somehow got her daughter in there with Hefner. And she was so proud.
Yeah. And the
That
thing was,
mama-
is you know, all through the 80s and the 90s, we knew. I mean, there was a large number of people who knew that was a total CIA operation. That was 100% clandestine.
Wow.
That place was 100% a honeypot situation.
Yep.
And we knew that back in the 80s. When I was stationed out of Camp Pendleton, we were hearing stories coming out of that part of California about this politician or that politician, this preacher, you know, getting caught there and everything else. You know, you never see anything mainstream news about it or anything else, but man, the stories in military wise, they were just like rolling to us, telling us, you know, what was going on. And so to understand the honeypot situation of, you know, of DC, that's where, you know, I would say more than 50% of the politicians have been honeypotted. More than 50%. I'm not going to go up into the 80s or 90s because other people got entrapped in financial things or other criminal matters that didn't have necessarily anything to do with sex or murder.
Right.
You know,
Well, you know, back then there were Russian spies that would do the same thing.
absolutely. I mean, just ask me Jerry Falwell. You know,
You brought up Rolling Stone a minute ago. You know what's been rolling around in my head?
Getting
We're
stoned?
big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we're loved everywhere we go.
Oh yeah.
You remember that song?
Yep. Rolling Stone. Wanna get my picture.
That's like 70s, wasn't it? 72, 74.
I'm gonna show my mother. Yeah, that was Dr. Hook.
Yep. You remember that song, Bonnie?
Yes.
Says we sing all about beauty, we sing all about truth at $10,000 a show.
I don't think I paid attention to it if that's what it said, though.
Oh, you should go back and listen to it today. And oh my, you know, this is, you know, and that's a big thing. You know, we remember we had a couple of conversations a couple of weeks ago in regards, you know, we were talking about music, and I mentioned I was talking about Bob Dylan. Now, if you have not listened to oh crap, and hold on,
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, Murder Most Foul. Murder Most Foul by Bob Dylan. If you were alive or grew up around the time in which Kennedy was assassinated, you need to listen to that song.
I was born in 65, so.
Yeah, yeah. If you were born in the 60s or the early 70s, listening to Murder Most Foul will clue you into so much. So much.
Yeah, he talked about all kind of shit.
That's the biggest misconception about Bob Dylan that there is that he's a dude, because he's not.
Wow.
He's not. That's one of the perks back then of selling your soul at Crossroads.
Oh my goodness.
Here, I found it. I'm gonna drop the link for anybody who wants to look at it. Donnie, you want it in private?
Either way.
Well, my dad used to love Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And we'd sit and watch it together every time it came on.
Hmm.
And that was one of the funniest scenes in that movie was where the black guy got in the back of the truck. He said, "Yeah, I sold my soul to the devil." And they were like, "You sold your eternal soul?" He said, "Well, yeah, I wasn't using it."
That was supposed to be Robert Johnson
Yeah.
who
And
got
they
into
went
that.
to
Yeah,
dude's radio station and played
Man of Constant
shit,
Sorrow.
what's the name of that song?
I am a
I'm a
man.
man of constant sorrow. Yeah, they played that. And that was great. He was like, "Yeah, there's 6 of us. But 2 of us can only put X's down because we can't write." That was funny. That was funny. He used to love to watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Forrest Gump, and Tombstone. Tombstone was one of his favorite movies. Whenever that came on, we'd sit down and watch it.
Yep.
The one with Bill Paxton and what's his name? Shit. Sam crap. Sam Elliott and who played Wyatt Earp in that movie? Damn it.
The one with Kevin Costner. Was it
No,
Kevin
no.
Costner
The one
or
with
was it Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell. There you go.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Val Kilmer was Doc Holliday. Yeah. Yeah, that one. We'd sit and watch those 3 movies all the time whenever they came on.
Yeah.
I like John Wayne. Watched a lot of his movies.
Oh, he's frozen under Disneyland, apparently, is what I've heard.
Along with Elvis and Michael.
Hmm?
Along with Elvis and Michael.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, Walt Disney's got his head froze under one of them, Disney World or Disneyland,
Or
one
his
or
brain.
the other. Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah, he wanted to
Yeah, I
be
lived in Florida for a while.
integrated
I
with
didn't like it.
AI.
I did not like Florida.
Hmm.
Too many alligators and flying cockroaches for me. I'm just saying.
I do read a
Giant
lot of
flying
stories.
cockroaches? No, thank you. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right. I do read a lot of stories about the alligators going through people's windows or into their pools.
Mm-hmm.
We had one in our tent. We were down in the Everglades. We were canoeing through the Everglades, and we had to canoe from one island or one Rabbit Key is where we were. We canoed into the channel leading into the Everglades, and then we canoed back, and we went in to go change our clothes, and there was a baby alligator in the sleeping bag.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah. And the thing is, at nighttime, Rabbit Key goes underwater during high tide.
Mm-hmm.
And then when low tide is in, there's rabbits covering the whole damn island.
Wow.
Where in the hell do the rabbits go when the water comes in?
It's a good question.
They ain't climbing no trees. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off of here. I got to get the dogs out for their final run of the night. All 10 of them are driving me nuts. And the 11th one, that's not even mine, is driving me nuts because there's a dog door, and she sits next to the dog door, but won't go out unless you open the dog door for her.
She's not used to that.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
haven't
not
you
weird
figured
at
out
all.
that you can go in and out that door anytime you want? You know? Yeah.
You'd think she'd see the others, and
Oh, she watches them. She watches them go. But then she'll sit there and stare at me until I get up and go over there and push it open for her. I'm like, what the hell? Valet
yeah.
service and shit, you know? Would you like me to carry you out there so you can pee too? Yeah. All right, I got to get out of here, though. I got to go get them out there and get them running so I can get an early night's sleep tonight. You guys have a great night. It's good seeing everybody in chat. You guys be
It's
good.
good to see
And
you, Hog.
we'll catch you
Yeah,
probably
you take
tomorrow
care.
night. All
Give
right.
Gabriel a hug.
I will. I will.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Good
We
night.
got you. Good night.
Well, so what is it for you, Bonnie? About 12:30?
Yes.
Working on it?
Just about.
Just about? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll hang around until you kick me the hell out. You know.
Okay. Mississippi Gulf Coast. Did y'all hear about that red water in the Gulf?
Oh, the red tide? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen those, like in person with my own eyes.
Really? I have never seen that. Never even heard of it, really. I don't know why.
It's kind of scary. It is kind of scary.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's weird. Frog. Really? Yeah. We all keep talking about. Okay. Where's a deserted island? Where's the something?
Hey, I live on my deserted mountain because everybody around here keeps dying. So it'll eventually be mine one day. So
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I have 3 neighbors left, and one of them had a heart thing today,
Mm.
and I don't know what happened with him. I've got to call him and see what happened. He might have needed another stent, or he might have needed a bypass. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a common occurrence. Okay. Just never heard of it. My dad lives in Florida, but he's up in the north. I guess it's a panhandle of Florida on the other side
Oh,
of Pensacola.
well, I've got a cousin that lives in Jacksonville, and he says he's never seen the flying cockroaches. I was like, I've seen them.
I
They're
wonder if
not,
that's more south.
yeah.
Okay.
I was down around Daytona, in between Daytona and Orlando. So,
Okay.
yeah. They had flying cockroaches down there. They're not, they're not something you want to see. I'm just saying.
Yeah. My mother's, not my mother's, my friend's mother, she used to live in, I think it was called Bonita Springs, something like that.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Down south. I used to work for a company that they did repairs for I don't know if they were all called BFI, the garbage trucks that were always tearing stuff up. And so the insurance company would call us. Somehow we were contracted with them. And so I'd have to find contractors in whatever state these damages took place. So there was several people that I talked to in Florida to get contractors down there.
Mhm.
And mostly it was on that way is east. Yep, the east side of Florida, like Fort Lauderdale and
Oh, okay.
there.
Okay.
Palmetto bugs.
Yeah, that's what they call them, but they're fucking flying cockroaches. Sorry for the F bomb, but that's what they are. They are flying cockroaches that are about 3 inches long. Yeah.
Oh my
You can
goodness.
call them a palmetto bug all you want to. No, that's not what they are.
Well, I have seen the water bugs here fly.
Hmm.
Not here in this house, but in a rent house that I had. It was way old and they are
Well,
cockroaches.
yeah, they are. They're flying cockroaches. That's what they are.
Yep. And those that flew, though, they bite too.
They can, yeah. If you don't smack them off fast enough, yeah, they'll bite you.
Well, when you're sleeping,
Oh,
yep. That's when I come away real quick, jump out of
oh
the
yeah, I'm
bed.
a light sleeper. Being in the army, I'm a light sleeper. So. If I feel something crawling on me, I'm gonna wake up real quick. Yeah.
Yes. I know. I don't see how. I've heard people saying mice, and I'm like, I would be moving.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't mind snakes and spiders because they eat the stuff that I don't want in my house.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My mom is deathly afraid of snakes. I'm like, snakes do not bother me. You know, spiders do not bother me because they eat the stuff that I don't want in the house.
I'm not fond of either one because
Oh, they're fine. They
we have
won't
that.
hurt you unless you try to hurt them. So,
Yeah, they say till you
mm.
walk over one going down the stairs or something.
Well, now I have been bit by a black widow before, and that's not fun. I'm just going to say straight
Oh
up,
my
that's not fun.
goodness. Yeah,
Made me a little bit woozy, and I had to sit down.
I have black widows, recluse,
Oh, I'm sure we got a recluse or two around here somewhere. But
and we
you
have
got to
like
look for them. Yeah.
5 poisonous snakes. Some you can't tell the difference. I'm not going to get close enough to a coral snake to see what color's touching it.
Oh well, yeah, I get that. Well, the rattlesnakes and the water bugs like them here. So yeah, I don't go near them. But
Yeah,
when you come home from working on the farm and you see something laying in the yard that's about 8 or 10 feet long and it's black, it's a snake.
yes.
And you got to do something about that. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, we lived like 2 miles from the river, and there was a cottonmouth in my backyard,
Mm.
and my son killed it, and it was still sitting there with his mouth wide open, head almost chopped off, and still moving. And I'm like, that is the scariest thing I have ever seen.
Oh yeah, they can still bite you. Even if
Yes.
their head's cut off, they can still bite you and inject that poison. So yeah, you have to be careful.
So yeah, that's not, no. My friends got a python, and they were all, "You want to come watch it eat? Are you crazy?" No, because I knew that she would go buy, I don't know if they were rats or mice or whatever, to feed the snake. And didn't sound fun to me. Was not going.
Oh, I had a friend that had a python. It was pretty big, and he threw a live mouse in there, and the live mouse attacked the snake and
Really?
killed it. Yeah,
No.
killed it. I was
The
like, well,
mouse killed the snake.
yeah, the mouse bit the snake, tore its scales off, and it killed it. The python died. I don't know if the mouse died, but yeah, the mouse killed the snake.
What in the
I was like,
world?
yeah, there you go. See how nature works?
Guess so. Beware of the little guys.
Yeah, sometimes you get the horns and sometimes you get the tail. Like, there you go.
Chet, did you go to sleep? He's
I think
probably.
he's doing something. Yeah, I think he's doing something with his dogs.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah.
Or eating.
Oh yeah, I do have a chili cheese dog in the microwave. So there's that.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down.
Well, okay.
But I enjoyed speaking with you. It was nice meeting you.
Well, it was nice meeting you and everybody else too. Everybody in this chat. And I'm glad you let me up.
No
I'm not a
problem.
bad guy. I mean, I'm not a nice guy. I'm definitely an asshole. So there's that. But I'm not a
Sometimes.
bad guy.
But it
But
was
yeah,
interesting talking to you.
oh yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yep. Next time.
Oh sure. Anytime you want me to come by and I'm awake and aware, I'll come by. We can have a chit chat. We might not agree on everything, but that's life.
Well, and Hawk, I'm sorry if you're still listening. But I feel like Trump could have done more while he had the power. But just my opinion, and I did vote for him twice.
Well,
But
you do what you can do, and that's
I
all you can
understand the not liking him. I watched The Apprentice, and he's an arrogant billionaire person. Just
Well,
like
I mean, I have my opinions on Trump, so we can talk about it later if you want to. But not a big. There's a lot of presidents that haven't won, like I said.
Hey B. All right. Well, all of y'all have a really good night. Thank you for joining us tonight. Chat. Love y'all. God bless you. It's been good hearing from you. I know, T girl. See, they all got their opinions too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
George, good to see you.
Hey, George, I was over listening to that song. I didn't realize everybody was that Hawk left and stuff.
Yeah, I was fixing to close the
That's 60-minute long song.
Goodness.
Need to
One
listen to the words though. I
one
put
song, 60 minutes.
16.
Oh, 16.
That's that Bob Dylan, Murder Most Foul. I've heard it when I was younger. I never listened to the words.
All right, chat. Love y'all. Good night. Be safe.
Good night, y'all. Bye.
Yeah, have a good one.